Hello, everyone. Ah, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Sidebar Cantina, the podcast where we talk about Star Wars, pop culture, spreading germs, or whatever the fuck we feel like talking about. Ooh, I'm Mr. Jason Roscom.
Stuff looks good.
Yeah, it's like a nice all-purpose thing.
Myers Clean Day. Look at that.
Yeah, we've got bottles all over the house.
It cleans so well, it takes off Jason's hair.
Yeah, it's all, look at, yeah. Woo!
Look at him.
So
he looks fucking great, doesn't he?
So it got to a point where Kristen's just like looking at me going like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why? What is all this? So she said she likes it when I'm bald, but she wanted me to keep the beard. So here we go.
Yeah, you look good.
Yeah,
I like it.
I had a lot of people tell me that today. I had a dude at work tell me like I would be really, really good looking if I turned it into a goatee. He was very adamant about how good looking I would be.
Really?
Yes, if I turned it into a goatee.
Was he like licking his lips a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. So yeah, that was an interesting interaction.
Keep
today.
those cheeks tight.
So anyway, hello, Dave. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Jason Roscoe with you here, Dave Martin. Each and every week. Yeah, the Darth Vader, I Palpatine, Dave Martin. Hello, Dave.
Hello, Jason.
How are you?
I think we're caught up now.
Okay, good,
yes.
good. Yeah, because we got off track and we're already recording on the wrong day, so
it
things
fucks
are already
up everything. There's like this weird, like, all right, the moon is in a different spot than it's supposed to be because we're not doing it on the appropriate day, so everything just cosmic caramely is like
we're just out of alignment.
Yes,
out of alignment,
just spinning off sideways.
Yes. So anyway, what are we talking about today, David?
You know, I think a week ago now. No, I mean, not quite a week.
Yeah,
but
almost.
Mandalorian season finale happened.
That's right. That's right.
And we're here to scoop the escape pod.
The escape pod guys, yeah.
And do the Mandalorian finale show.
You know those fuckers are going to talk about it next episode too, which is tomorrow actually.
It is tomorrow. So make sure you check those guys out.
Yeah.
But you know,
but we still beat them to it.
That's right. You're listening to us first, so
because they always have our sloppy seconds, you know. We pick a nice topic and they're like, "Oh, we're going to do the same thing on our show."
I know. Absolutely. And then they're going to trash our fucking our fucking special guests.
I know.
At the end.
It's fucking bullshit.
There's some kind of smear campaign going on.
Obviously.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
Kind of weird that someone that looks like a talking hand can get into their heads so badly.
Yeah. Well, she gets into my head too, and it's never good, but we'll deal with that later. So anyway, yes, Mandalorian
season finale. That's what we're talking about.
Final 2 episodes, chapters 23 and 24.
Like he said.
But we've got so much to get to. Somebody in the chat just say I look like Moby.
I did see that.
Okay. Oh, are you going to talk about their name change when we get to the Reed thing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So why don't we take care of some business first, since I'm already way off track? And do we want to talk about Patreon, or do you want to talk like
you? How about you talk about Patreon, and then
it'll probably lead us right into.
I'll lead right into that.
Right into what we're doing. So, if you're enjoying the Sidebar Cantina's content, consider becoming one of our Patreon supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can support this podcast and help make it possible for us to continue bringing you quality content week after week. Quality, that's in quotations. We'd like to give a huge shout out to all of our current patrons: Catherine Rennick, Dragon Buddy, David Schmuck, Frederick Martin, she mixed him up again, Steve Long, Shotgun Mark, General Shinobi, Chantal, Nicholas Schaefer, Wally Frogmore, my wonderful mother-in-law, Patricia Goodstein, Nick from Sweet Studios, Scott and Kim from the Used and Abused podcast, Frank Kalevich, Kristen Roscom, Don Solsky, Lord Helmet Fire.
Yes.
Ivo G, and our 2 newest patrons. Patrons. Carly and Janine Vickers.
Woohoo!
Yeah, so thank you very much. And if you'd like to consider becoming a supporter, you can find us at patreon.com/thesidebarcantina. Thank you again to all of our listeners and supporters. You are the reason why we do this.
Carly was upset because she was hoping to get the shout out yesterday, but I texted and said, no, we're Jason's sick, so we had to do it to today.
Yeah, so we got a bunch of the Vickers clan.
That's right. So just a quick update on our patron, Lord Helmet Fire. He got through the surgery. Positive vibes continue and are welcome. He needs them because he's on the road to recovery, but like any road to recovery, it can be rough at times, and he could use all the positive vibes we can muster. So all of you, I expect you that are watching right now,
and you
know who you are. Throw out some positive vibes for Lord Helmet Fire and 3PO, and his wife Carly is keeping up the good fight.
So who's Janine?
I believe that's his mother.
Okay, cool.
And she is the one. Yes.
Is she hot?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, and it's the so she look. All right, so there's a story. At some point, Vickers had fucked up and said that we were doing The Princess Bride, and
as a topic on
the show. And so she heard that we were doing The Princess Bride, and obviously Princess Bride is like a favorite, like it as it should be, as it should be. And she had tuned in, and we were not doing The Princess Bride because we were doing, I think, a Star Wars thing, or it might have been while we were doing Gen X POV. But she was very disappointed that we were not doing The Princess Bride, and she busted my balls about it.
Really?
When I saw her, yes. And when I saw her again, right before Vickers' surgery, she busted my balls yet again.
Well, I think in honor of the Vickers family, we should probably do Princess Bride sooner than later.
I would agree.
I mean, we've got some openings in the schedule.
We do, and it just had an anniversary. We can slide a movie in there.
We should do that.
We should.
Yeah.
But this is,
Of course, you know what this means.
No.
It means the Escape Pod's going to do Princess Bride like next week.
Probably.
Yeah.
But they're not Patreons in the Escape Pod.
True.
Patreons.
I know.
Really
I said it once, and now it's all of a sudden we're all saying it.
Add it to the dictionary. God damn it. Yeah. Patreons. Maybe that's a real thing. I don't know. Patreons. This is
Patreon is the
age of the Patreon.
Well, Patreon is the website, but they're patrons.
Right. That's what it should be. But we're calling them Patreons.
I don't know. I don't know what's going on today.
Or Patreons. Patreons, if they're of the lady persuasion.
Oh, is that how that works?
Patreons.
Oh, okay.
Patreons.
Oh,
Patreons,
so kind of like it's kind of like Spanish.
Yeah, so it's a la and a la.
Gotcha.
La Patreon and la Patreon.
Well, no, it's
Patreon.
Low and la.
Fuck.
It's been a while.
Anyway,
it's been a while since I've taken Spanish, folks. Sorry. All right, what the fuck are we talking about? I don't even know what's going on right now.
We're saying to conclude, positive vibes for Vickers and fuck cancer.
Yes, absolutely. So normally we would do a day in Star Wars. I looked at this whole week on the fucking
right. San Diegans. That's where I was like going with that.
Okay.
Are you picking up that from Anchorman?
No.
What was you didn't like Anchorman?
It was okay.
Fuck.
Like,
come on, man. Really?
I mean, I guess I'd have to watch it again. I've only seen it once all the way through.
Shut up.
Nah. I mean, I've seen bits and pieces ever since then, and people quote it like all the fucking time.
No, well, it's a quote machine. Of
course.
It's it's Will Ferrell, and it's a quote machine. It's just what it is. Yeah. The second one is hot garbage. You got to stick with the original and ignore the other ones, and just appreciate for the fact that you got to give Anchorman another look. Maybe that's another show that we have to do.
Well, isn't there an anniversary for that coming up?
Oh, every year there's an anniversary for something.
That is true.
There's an anniversary for when I bought this hat. I don't know what it is, but I'm sure there's an anniversary for it.
Okay. We're getting a little off track here. So anyway,
it's Tuesday.
Yeah, I know.
It's a Tuesday show.
We're all.
This should be branded like, "Hey, folks, it's a Tuesday show, so you get what you get."
Yeah. Well, and speaking of which, it only continues to get worse. For the next episode, because normally we would be recording next Monday, but because yours truly is going to be going down to Florida to take a trip on the Galactic Star Cruiser.
Yeah, shit.
We're going to do our next week's episode this coming Saturday. So what are we on? Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. 4 days from now, we're doing our next episode.
Yeah. Still don't have a time yet.
Right, but it's probably going to be around our normal start time, 5:30 ish, unless you want a different time. You just need to communicate, and then I can communicate to our guests.
We have a guest. Like, we have no idea what the guest schedule is like.
Okay, after the show tonight, I'm going to send out a text to the both of you.
After the show?
Yeah.
After the show.
Yeah, we end at 8, right?
Right. After the show.
8 o'clock is not too late to
while
send a
you're
text.
starting to...
Oh, that is true. It's
while
actually,
you're starting to ramp up on the
no,
fucking...
No, my meds are... They're not womb.
Yeah, but your attention span is like going towards...
going into outer space.
Yes.
So, regardless, we're probably going to be going live around a normal time on Saturday, but this Saturday is our next episode, which will not be next Monday.
Right.
Because we're having a special guest.
Right.
Saturday.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
When will then be now?
I don't know if it ever will be, honestly.
Soon. That's right. Soon.
All right. So anyway, just heads up for everybody. Just watch the socials. Luna Girl's great about keeping people up to date on that kind of stuff.
She said the social media director won't be home from the movies until 1600.
Oh,
so
we should talk about that because we're going to the movies this week.
We are going to the movies. Great segue.
I'm assuming she's going to the same movie we are, which is Return of the Jedi back in theaters.
That's right.
We're going on Friday.
That's right.
Yep.
Oh, man, I'm so fucking excited.
Fucking Fandango. Okay, every time, right, when a movie's coming out and I want to get tickets in advance and they're not on sale yet, Fandango's got this thing. Put your email in here and we'll email you as soon as fucking tickets are available to purchase.
Right.
You know what they didn't do? And they never do every single fucking time I do that?
Email you?
Yeah, they never email me when the shit's ready. I just happen to be looking one day. I'm like, fuck, all the seats are gone already. So I'm like looking for a day and time where there's fucking enough seats available that are not on the sides.
I never use Fandango. I
use a variety.
Use the direct app.
Well, yeah, it depends on which theater you go to, and I do a lot of directs also, but they all go on sale at the same time, either between Fandango or directly from them. It's all
right.
They all populated at the
I guess
same
I
time.
say that because I don't trust them to do exactly what you're saying. It's
Right.
like, oh, I'm not. If I want a notification, then fucking send me the goddamn notification.
Yeah.
I'm relying on that so that I know I can at least guarantee myself a seat. But if you don't send me a notification for some reason, then I'm fucked.
Yeah.
And it's your fault, and you're not going to do anything about it.
Yep.
So you're not providing me the service that I'm requesting, even though you're not charging me for it. So I really shouldn't expect anything. I should just go fuck myself then.
Yeah. So, but we're seeing it in the RPX theater in Morristown. The RPX theater is what we saw Force Awakens in with the fucking.
Oh God, we got
like
dude. I got to remember to put fucking earplugs in my pocket for Kathy.
Oh, you think it'll be too much? Well,
yes.
Now here's the thing. I've seen movies in the RPX since we saw Force Awakens back then, and they've really cranked it down. It's not nearly as like bone rattling as
literally
it was back then.
I mean, you could go back and I'm sure we talked about it in our early episodes, but holy fuck, dude. That literally it shook shit out of my colon from fucking 1981. Well, it was so fucking loud.
Yeah, that's when that RPX was like brand new, and I think they hadn't quite found the sweet spot yet. So they're just like, fucking turn it up to 11 and see what happens.
It was at 11 for sure. But even regular movies, Kathy, like it's loud.
Yeah, and apparently she is. So
yes,
hooray!
You should text her because the only reason I got her to go is because I told her you were going.
So, yeah, so we're seeing that. We're seeing it in the RPX. Should be a lot of fun, even though it's probably going to be the most recent version of the fucking special edition. Whatever.
Who cares?
We're going to have to sit through Jedi Rocks, but besides that, it'll be fun.
It's the perfect time to take a leak. You know exactly when it's going to start.
Yep.
Like I'm going to get up and I'm going to go take a leak, maybe buy a box of Skittles, eat it before I get back to my seat so Kathy doesn't see it because I'm not consuming junk food.
Right.
And yeah, get all hot above the Mountain Dew. Yeah, I'm fucking stoked. I'm so excited to see Star Wars in the theater. Right, like especially original trilogy. It's just,
It's one of those things. Like you you don't appreciate it until you're actually sitting there.
Yeah.
And you're experiencing it. Because I know a lot of people out there, when they talk about the re-release, they're like, why would I want to watch it? I got it on Disney Plus. I could just watch it at home. It's not the same.
It's not the same.
It's not the same as going into a theater, especially with friends, you know, people you like, and you can just sit there and you can all enjoy it together.
Dude, and I will say this, especially with the original trilogy and even the prequels to a point.
I'd go see the prequels again if they really released them in theaters.
100%.
Yeah.
Because they were made for the fucking theater. 100% made for the fucking theater. Like, everything was done cinematically for the fucking theater release.
Yep.
So the theater is the best place to experience it for honestly any of the movies. Yeah. So where a better place to see it than going to the theater and fucking seeing it. And you're going to see the best version of it when you're going to having the theater experience. Like, not version is in, you know, the special editions or anything. I'm talking about like from a just a like a quality standpoint.
Right. Yeah. And allegedly it's going to be in 4K in some theaters.
Dude, I can't tell. My eye can't tell the difference between fucking 1080p and 4K. Yeah. Like, honestly, it's lost on me. This is why I don't have a 4K TV at home, because I look at my TV, I'm like, my TV's fucking fine. Like, honestly, I'm probably missing out on some of the Xbox X capabilities.
Yeah.
But my TV's fine.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I keep telling myself that, even though I want badly a 4K TV. There's other things I want, though.
Yeah.
I want everything, Jason. I want everything.
Trust me,
all the things.
I'm right there with you. So anyway, yeah, going to the theater to see Jedi this week.
I can't fucking wait.
And then we're going to talk about it the next day on our Saturday edition of the podcast. So it's all going to work out. Anyway, so as I was trying to say before, we normally do a day in Star Wars at this point, and there's just nothing important this week. That, like, there's a couple of neat little nitnoid things, but nothing to really go gaga about. So we do have a bit of news that broke today. That Carrie Fisher is getting a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame on May the 4th.
On May the 4th, yes. Broken to us by Lunar Girl.
Yeah, which is fine. It's cool that they're doing that for her, especially, you know, how do you say that? Posthumously?
Posthumously.
Yes, that.
I was going to, like, post-life. Like, what do you get at here?
So it'll probably be like her daughter there.
I have read 5 notes.
All that stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah. You were supposed to do that after Patreon, but then we got a sidebar on the Vickers clan.
Yeah, it's a Tuesday show, folks.
Yep.
Like, that needs to go right into the fucking clank. It's a Tuesday show.
All right. So before we get into our weeks, why don't you give us some Red 5 news?
Yeah, I'm going to give you Red 5 news.
Like right now.
Right now, I'm going to do that.
Do it.
And we're going to talk about Scarif After Dark.
Yes.
Rebranding.
More rebranding.
To Pop My Culture.
Ah. Yeah.
What are we popping here?
Yeah, I think there's some innuendo going on there.
I think so, a little bit.
Now, was this also a cease and desist type of situation? Which is the reason for the brand change?
I would love that. That would be the fucking best. Yeah. I would love, like, to be able to, like, wallpaper just with cease and desist orders from fucking LucasArts. It would be fucking phenomenal. It'd be worth it. Like, yes, I'm going to change it because you're threatening me, but I also would like to get that order.
Yes. Yeah. Can you send that to me in writing, please?
Yes. Can I have an email with the letterhead, please?
Yes. With the official Lucasfilm logo.
Yes.
Maybe even a Disney.
Yeah, you could even put the Disney thing on there. That's fine. That's fine. But yes, so if you're in the chat right now, you'll notice that Pop My Culture is there. No legal matters involved. Well, let's not let the truth get in the way of the story.
Yep.
We're going to go ahead and say that they were threatened with legal action from LucasArts, so they changed their name to Pop My Culture. So Scarif After Dark is now Pop My Culture.
All right, very good.
And we'll have to do that every time.
I'll let you do that.
Since their podcast began last year, it has evolved into covering all sexy nerd culture. Mm-hmm. So a name change is only fitting. Catch Madame Chantal and Sith Care Bear Josh this coming Thursday at 2000, 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time at Pop My Culture on YouTube, where they will be interviewing Boobs, great New York Boobs, author and creator Mindy Wheeler.
Well, shit.
Boobs.
All right. I like it.
Gotta enjoy it. Gotta love the boobs.
Yeah.
Boobs. I just like saying boobs.
Oh, I can tell.
Boobs.
So, is this the point where we move into our week?
Now we can. Well, we didn't talk about the trailer.
Oh, fuck. That's right. Yeah, we're all out of whack here. We keep jumping around.
Tuesday show.
Yeah. So a new trailer for The Flash dropped today, and we watched it a few minutes before we went live here. And I mean, I've been stoked for The Flash, you know, ever since it was first announced and what the story was going to be. Michael Keaton coming back, despite Ezra Miller being a fucking off his rocker fucking dipshit. In his personal life, he's he's playing a good character in a good looking movie. Now, Dave, you specifically mentioned,
Oh, fucking Michael Keaton Batman.
yeah,
And I did not think that he was going to be like, I thought it was a cameo.
Right.
Like in the other trailer, it just, when they showed him, I just thought like, oh, that's a fun cameo that they're doing. No, in this trailer, dude, he's all up. He's Batman.
Yeah,
in this fucking trailer,
he's a prominent character. It seems.
Yeah.
In this movie,
dude. It's like fucking like he's in it.
yeah.
It's fucking fantastic.
Oh yeah. I mean, and for people like us who grew up on the Michael Keaton Batman and the Tim Burton and all that, it's just awesome to see again. And again, I've been stoked for this movie from the beginning, and now that you're interested, I'll keep that in mind when I go to buy my tickets and maybe pick up one or two extras for when these tickets go on sale. Because I'll be watching the shit like a hawk.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps.
All right.
I am. I'd like Michael Keaton Batman's is great.
Mm-hmm.
And it's me getting soft in my old age, but there's like, I don't even want to get into it. Like I'm not going to get into it. Batman movies are good.
Yes. And to quote Pop My Culture, Ezra is a douche nozzle. So, anywho, anything else before we move into our weeks finally?
Douche Canoe is my favorite.
That is a good one.
Yeah, Douche Canoe. I like that one. Or a there's another good one. Douche Canoe is good. We'll go with Douche Canoe.
All right, fair enough. Now, can we get into our weeks?
I think so. I mean, I just wanted to touch on something real quick.
I think he's doing this shit on purpose.
Star Wars related. No, so what's the Joker voice had said in the chat that there's an unconfirmed thing that Favreau has left Lucasfilm.
Bullshit.
So I Googled it real quick,
and
the only thing that pop up is just that it's bounding into comics,
which they're one of those
has
super clickbaity websites.
Has a rumor that Favreau is never on the set of the Mandalorian productions that came out today, 5 hours ago.
I call horse shit on that one.
Well, see, but there's really nothing else like that would. There's no like headline that would indicate that that's even a rumor, which is surprising for something like that, something big like that. But yeah. I'm not saying it's not a rumor, because that's definitely sounds like something that people would make rumors about. But yeah,
well, and yeah, people have been very opinionated about the end of this season of Mandalorian, or the whole season in general. Yeah. So, well, let's table that discussion until we actually get there and we start talking about this finale.
Fair enough.
All right. So for me in my week, normally I have an addition to
the Sacred Jedi,
but because I got kicked in the dick by the IRS this year, really, really hard.
A lot of people did.
I've had to buy a whole bunch of extra shit for my my Stormtrooper costume, which is, it costs more money than I really had planned to invest in this thing. But yeah, well, got to do what you got to do.
It's gonna look fucking great.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. But that being said, I did not take the time to go get a Black Series figure this week, but I do have some other stuff to show off. Most notably, Kristen decided recently that we were going to get new wedding bands. I haven't worn a wedding band in years, long time. And she found this cool website that had these fucking awesome looking rings. And she got hers, very sparkly, gold and diamondy looking thing. And she got me this.
I saw that.
Yeah, and to show you all at home, this is my I call it my Sith wedding band. It's a black band with a metallic red stripe going through the middle of it. It's kind of hard to see on camera there, but trust me, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
There you go. That's a good look at it right there. So yeah, that is my new wedding band. Like I said, I call it my Sith wedding band.
Nice.
So thank you, Kristen, for that.
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah. And
well, you guys had a milestone anniversary this year too, right?
What is this? 23? Last year. Hold on. 2 years ago. Fuck. Yeah, we got married in 2001.
Okay.
So yeah, 2 years ago was our 20th.
All right.
So we're already going to be up to 22 this year.
All right. Very good.
Now, don't fucking judge me, because if anybody ever asks her, like, how long have you two been married, she'd be like, I don't know. So
No,
don't even fucking judge me on this shit.
It's one of those like, fuck, like there's some things that like are dangerous territories, like some questions to ask, and you're like, oh fuck, like he doesn't know this answer. This could be trouble.
Yeah.
But hey,
but again, she's pulled this shit before too. She's been like, fuck, we've been married that long? I'm like, yes.
So, how we know like the age of our children. How old are they? Yeah, okay, that checks.
Which, by the way, my oldest turns 21 this year.
Bonkers. Yeah, it's fucking bonkers.
Yeah, it's I can't even process that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, they're both over 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Where did the time go? Anyway, getting back to my week, I finished, because I'd mentioned this last week that I'd seen the premiere of Picard season 1.
Yeah.
I finished the first season last night, actually. And this first season of Picard was fucking awesome. It was really, really good. I've heard the second season was not as good, but I'm going to withhold judgment until I get to watch it myself. But if there are any old Star Trek Next Generation fans, or even really anybody who's into any kind of sci-fi, it was really fucking good. It was this cool, like, a whole mystery story that was told over the course of 10 episodes. There were like flashbacks incorporated, and you're just given little bits of like this overall mystery until it's all kind of solved at the end. And it was fucking good. Very well done. Very, very well done.
What is it on Paramount or something?
Paramount Plus. Yeah. That's where all the Star Trek shit is. But yeah, absolutely loved it. Highly recommend it to any fans out there. And the only other thing I had for my week, so I had one of those moments where I was yesterday years old when I learned this.
Right.
So Dave, this has probably never happened to you because you know everything, but some people out there might sympathize with me, because you know how you've got like a brand new car and you've got the little buttons for your window lowering, right? And you hit it to lower it, but you don't want it to go down all the way. But now cars just do that automatically. You just hit it once and it just starts going down. And for me, it would start going down. I'd be like, no. Then I'd like click it back up and it would just go back all the way to the top. And I go, no. And click it down and it would go all the way down. And I'd just go back and forth and back and forth. And eventually it would stop. I'm like, okay, that's where I want it. Right? I was last week years old when I realized you just hit it down again when you want it to stop or to get it to stop where you want it. Because I would always like hit the reverse direction. Like, oh, that's how I get it to fucking stop. No, you just hit the down again. Same when you're driving it up. Instead of, hitting the opposite way, you hit up again when it gets to where you want it to stop.
Yeah, it's not a control surface.
Yeah.
So you don't have to apply opposite pressure to fucking.
I guess maybe that's
it.
That's my old boom operator days coming back.
Yeah, that's we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Let's go with that.
Yeah. But no, it took me this long. It took me years. The Volt does the same thing, and I would just always just click back and forth and back and forth. Okay, stop. All right, now it's where I want it to be.
Now, in fairness, these more modern cars actually have electronics that are like, go to a control board that is recognizing that, hey, it's sending a fucking control signal that, hey, I want to stop the window. Right? It's sending it automatically, because now they have like auto stops where if it feels tension, it won't continue to roll up. Right. But like back in the day when fucking power windows first came out, I distinctly remember it was my grandfather's fucking, he had this Pontiac Catalina, right? And this thing was like, it was like I think it was a mid '60s Pontiac Catalina. The thing was bigger than your fucking house. I mean, it was huge, huge 4-door fucking beige Pontiac Catalina. The fucking engine compartment was the size of the studio, and I just everything was huge about this car. Now, granted, when he had it, I was little, so
Right.
but those cars were fucking monsters, and it had power windows, right? This car was so advanced that you could actually like have it had like you could put the shoulder strap on. Like shoulder straps weren't fucking a real thing yet. Like everything was still belts and bench seats, right? So you could actually like unfold this fucking shoulder strap and wear a shoulder strap, which my grandfather never did, by the way. My grandfather, he was so anti fucking seatbelt. Like he would sit in the fucking car with it going bing, bing.
My fucking dad does that. But to this day, my dad refuses to wear a fucking seatbelt in a car. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
I don't understand.
And, well, you know what it is? It's like the government isn't going to tell me what to do. It's like, okay, but you know, if you do what the government tells you not to do, or in this case, you might not go flying through the windshield if you fucking hit something.
And my grandfather's been in accidents where he's actually hit the windshield too, and so I never understood it. His aversion to the fucking seatbelt, especially because of the fucking noise. I'd be sitting in the passenger seat like as a teenager going, the noise. The noise is going to drive me crazy.
Oh, well, yeah. Well, what my dad does now is he buckles it behind him, and then he just sits on the buckled seatbelt.
And I don't think my grandfather did it out of like, it wasn't because of the law or anything else. I think he just didn't do it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like he didn't fly in airplanes because when he was a paratrooper, like he didn't like landing in airplanes. He never landed in airplanes. He always fucking jumped out. So like landing in an airplane was terrifying because they never did it.
Right.
And so and you were never strapped in. You're always fucking like, you know, you're sitting on top of your chute. You don't buckle in. You're not in the back of a fucking DC-3 fucking buckled in when you're a paratrooper. Like you just fucking sat there with your chute on, and when he told you to stand up, you fucking stood up, hooked up, and fucking jumped out. So he's never like, dude, it's just so funny because I remember we ended up with that car in my family, and the fucking, I remember that shoulder strap was almost like factory stowed because it never fucking left the little stowage compartment.
Right.
But anyway, the fucking the windows, it had power windows.
Yes.
And you'd hit it and you'd hear this like this electric motor like it was a
like winding up
like,
kind of.
And if your fucking arm was in that thing, you were done. You were fucking done. If somebody wasn't paying attention and that thing started going, it was it. It was over. Like you were gonna lose a fucking finger because get your shit out of there. There was no stopping it. And so at least now we had. Yeah, he also didn't like wearing red shirts. It's just funny that we have the technology now where like something like that. So early technologies, it was like that. You know, you're like, okay, it's power running. Now we have the auto button.
Yeah,
now,
and I don't know how to fucking work it until now.
Now you do.
Yeah,
it's not a control surface. You don't have to put opposite.
But like
in there
literally, like for years, that's what I've done. You know, because it only goes all the way down or all the way up on one click, so you got to stop it.
Did your Hyundai have power windows when you had it?
Yes, but I think that one you could turn off the automatic, go all the way to the bottom when you hit the down on the windows.
Oh, okay.
I think it had like a little push button. You could like turn that off. I would always disable that shit because I want to manually fucking adjust my window to where the fuck I want it to be.
Well, you could have stopped it if you'd known that you did it twice.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
If only they came in with instruction manuals.
If only.
Yeah.
If only.
So what are you going to do? All right. Well, that's my week, though. So.
Oh, my God. So I think I talked last week a little bit about my OCD in my fucking workshop.
Yep. Sorting nails by color and size,
sorting shit. So this past weekend I didn't have a lot of other shit going on, so I fucking basically locked myself in my shop and started Like I was like, all right, I have these major projects that I want to do in the shop to make it more fucking, make it more usable. And one of those things was I had this, my father-in-law's giant fucking table saw. I mean, it's the top is as big as this top, maybe a little bit wider. And, with a big, it's like solid steel. It was made in the late 50s, early 60s, and it's a monster. But tools that were made in those days were fucking solid, right? And because we were talking before the show about like how it's about precision, right? You get these heavy tools that it had a level of precision. So, but the thing was so like where it was in the shop, like if you wanted to actually make it functional, it was right in the middle of everything. And so
hold on, I gotta stop you right here. Weren't we talking about this exact thing before we went live? Kristen was in the studio before we went live, and Dave was specifically talking about his use of the word fuck in various situations.
So, sidebar to the word John. All right. See, she gave me these stickers, right? And when I was younger, the word John was in my vocabulary, right? Being, from the Philly suburbs, and it just was in there, and I washed it out of my vocabulary, and I don't want it back. Right. And I think I replaced that word with fuck.
Okay.
So like how you would hear people in Philly use John, I just use fuck. And there's a lot of people in Philly that use John and fuck. So they're not using real words really for most of the time, but you get the point across.
Yeah. And we were just talking about, you can use, it's a verb, it's a noun, it's an adjective,
That would be an interesting, like count how many times I say the word fuck in a show.
Oh God. It'd be a lot.
Somebody might go insane.
Yeah.
if they tried to do that. Sentence enhancers. If you're familiar with the SpongeBob episode, they have sentence enhancers. When they say a curse word, it bleeps it out with like a dolphin noise. It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Rick knows sentence enhancer.
There you go. Anyway,
so
workshop.
OCD in the shop. I locked myself in there. I chopped off some of the legs of the table saw, and I built like a cradle to with wheels, so I could actually fucking motor the thing around. Not motor. There's no motor. But why? Just okay.
Just keep talking.
So
It's so hot.
Well, is that on? So now it's on wheels, and and I built this cradle, so now I can fucking move the table saw around, and it opened up the whole floor plan of the shop. So I was like, okay, great. So now I'm going to, all right, this dresser, this like cedar dresser that's kind of banged up, and so I'm just gonna chop it down to like workbench height. So I cut it down, and then I like made a facade so it still looks like a dresser, and I have two different band saws, so now the band saws are on this part, and now I have like the workbench space for just the drill press is all over here by itself, and then the sander's over here, and all my everything's just laid out, and it's a much more functional space. And now that I can move the table saw around, like, okay, I'm going to use the table saw, and I can roll it out to the spot, because you don't always need fucking 4 feet beyond the fucking table saw, right? So I can, if I kept it just on the edge, then I have the space for it now. Yeah. So I did that over the weekend, and the fucking table saw's heavy. I'm not gonna lie, it was entirely too heavy, and I do stupid shit like that. I'll
moved it by yourself?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, because I'm dumb.
Right.
Like you just because you can do a thing doesn't mean you should.
I live like 10 minutes up the road. You can always call me and be like, hey, can you help me move something real quick?
Never. I would never do that. Not because you wouldn't come help me. It's because I can't wait. You could have been in the front yard and I wouldn't have called you for help. Okay. Like, that's just, it's just fucking retarded when it comes to shit like that.
Okay.
Like, I did it just at fucking work. We were we were moving a desk, right? There was this big ugly desk in one of the offices, the flight chief's office. And I'm like, no, I have this other desk that this needs to get in here because this desk doesn't match the other furniture. It needs to go. Dave's OCD. So I know, and the fucking captain that's in there is like, I like this desk. I want to stay here. No, I don't give a shit. Fucking that thing needs to go. He's gone for like the next month, so he's gonna come back and his fucking desk is gonna be gone. I don't give a shit. So we're standing it up and we're moving it, and Q was in there to help, and I just got to a point where I was like, nope, he had moved away to like get something else moved out of the way, and I just fucking moved it because I'm dumb. I'm just dumb. I just want it done.
Right.
I just want it done. Do you understand me? I can do it, so I want it done. So I do it myself.
Okay.
And I hurt myself doing it. Like, I just, cut my hands and fucking run into shit, and it just and then herniate myself, and that's just what we do. So yeah, so that's what I was doing over the weekend, but it's great. Like so I went in there yesterday because I had time because sick boy here, we didn't have a show, and so I went in there and I came home. I'm like, oh, I want to knock together this. Like I had a project in my head. I'd been thinking about it at work. I'm like, oh, when I get home and I get into the shop, I want to put this thing together. As soon as I get in the shop, I look up at the pegboard. Right. And if you're in my Discord channel, no, not pegging.
Oh,
sorry. Not pegging board. Like, we're not bringing pegging back into it. Oh God.
Did it ever leave?
Pegging's going to be back in the chat. Oh my God. Bing bong.
Just for reference for any of our newer viewers and listeners, like I had no idea what it was until somebody brought it up in the chat one day.
Yeah.
And then it just became a huge thing.
Yes.
And now I know all about it.
So anyway, I walked in there and I looked at the pegboard and it was a fucking mess.
I can't
peg this board. it was just a fucking mess. So I'm like, whatever it was that I wanted to work on, I forget what it is and I can't remember because I ended up taking everything off of the board and reorganizing that. And that was my project last night, was reorganizing my pegboard. So it looks great now. I mean, if you remember, I have to post on. I think I've been posting these updates in the Discord. So we have a Discord server. I'm sure Luna Girl can post a link to that in the chat, and it's in our thing, bio.link/the Sidebar Cantina. And so yeah, here I'll show it to you because you don't really even check the Discord, do you?
No,
are you ever on there?
Not very often.
Yeah, that's fun in there. There's people in there that we don't usually see in anything else. So
I believe it.
So that's what
too much.
That's what it looks like now.
Very nice.
Yeah. See, all my fucking.
He's got a lot of toys on his pegboard.
Yeah, all my clamps are in the right spots now. They got their own spots. The hammers live in their own little place. There's just a happy little pegboard. Just a happy little pegboard. Look at that. Everyone's happy. A place for everything and everything in its place. So, anyway, that was my weekend, was basically all working in the shop. Went to a Phillies game. It was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold and windy on Sunday.
We still get some very chilly nights and chilly early mornings.
Yeah, it's late. It's the late spring, mid-spring, whatever, March weather.
Yeah.
And yeah. So I was going to say that I don't have time for it. I don't have time for shit. And I really don't. But while I've been in the car, I've been listening to stuff about World War II, the 8th Air Force, right?
Okay.
So 8th Air Force, for those of you that aren't into World War II or don't know anything about it, 8th Air Force operated out of the European theater, right? Anglo American, mainly operating out of fucking the UK.
Sure.
Like the 15th Air Force operated in the North African theater for the most part, and then the 8th Air Force was up in the UK. And that's my mother's father was in the 8th Air Force. He's the one that was a waist gunner on B-24s. So that's kind of where why I've been kind of looking into it, just because it's fascinating. And I will tell you that I just finished reading the book. I finished reading it, so now I forget the title. Masters of the Air. Jesus Christ, Dave. Dude, that fucking book, I am so not worthy to wear fucking aircrew wings. It is not even funny. Like, we are the biggest pussies on the fucking planet compared to what those guys are doing. Like, I have never, like, anything that we did in an airplane doesn't compare to what those guys fucking were doing. Like,
yeah.
I just, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. And they had to go through that for us to be able to operate the way we do, you know?
Sure, yeah.
And with, you know, in the B-24 specifically, because I finished that book and I started a book called The Wild Blue, which is specifically about B-24 units, and written by Stephen Ambrose. And he's talking about, like, the B-24 had an almost 50% casualty rate.
Fuck.
Yeah. You're talking about early, so you're talking about in 42, 43, like early on in the war, like casualty rates were like 50%.
I don't like those odds.
No, I mean, those were like guys were getting up, flying missions, going back. They had fucking 15 people in a Nissan hut, and they come back and there'd be 6 people in it.
Yeah.
Like, just unfucking believable. The amount of loss. And, you know, and there was a lot of POWs too, but like just the amount of the idea of fucking flying in a formation with hundreds of other fucking aircraft. And then when the flak is happening or the fucking fighters are coming in to attack you, and watching other airplanes fucking get shot out of the fucking sky, like are breaking apart, blowing up. You're watching fucking guys parachuting out. Like we didn't, like, we had this in 135, we had this like vague idea of parachutes, like, but we knew, like, I don't know about you, but I knew that was a fucking like pipe dream.
Right.
Right. You don't put parachutes in the very back of an airplane and have the exit in the very front. Like, that doesn't make sense. Yeah. Like, if we're really going to use these things, when you want them closer to where you're,
and
where
eventually they took them out of the 135. So they're like, no.
Yeah, this is
pointless.
Stupid. We'll save money by closing up the fucking parachute shop and taking the parachutes off the airplane.
Yeah.
Like, everybody go with that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. If you're going down, you're done.
Yeah. You're just fuck it.
Yeah.
Don't crash the airplane. How's that? Yeah. That was their solution.
And for the most part, it worked. At least in our.
Yeah, for the most part. But yeah. So anyway, I'm reading these books about these men that were, what they went through. And knowing that they would go out, have these casualty rates, come back, fucking put their heads on the pillow, scream themselves to sleep at night, and then wake up, fucking have a meal, and go do it again.
Yeah.
Is fucking bonkers.
For
just
years.
Absolutely bonkers. And fucking potentially, like, they started out at 25 missions, and they were like, oh no, we need 30, now we need 35. Doolittle fucking pushed it out to 35 because at one point Doolittle was the 8th Air Force commander. And it's like, holy shit. Just amazing. Just absolutely amazing. So for us, you know, for Jason and I, we're both enlisted aviators, and out of a crew of 10 on a B-24 or B-17, there's 7 enlisted aviators.
Yeah.
And I fucking, those men, it was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable what they had to have the intestinal fortitude to fucking go out there and do. And I can't salute them enough for that. And it just makes me feel like, oh God, all the things that I was like, God damn, this was hard.
Well, I mean, you think about it this way. Yes, they definitely had it a hell of a lot harder than we had it. But I would like to think that if it was us back then, we'd have done the same thing.
We'd done the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I agree. There's no doubt.
Yeah. I mean, because you really just can't compare the two. Like, obviously, those guys went through some shit.
Yeah.
But
they went through a lot of stuff that we didn't have to because they did it.
yeah, they
Right.
paved the way.
And then, but I didn't realize though how many fucking W's there were. Like how many people got rolled up, and then some of the camps that they were in, and we're not even talking about the Japanese theater and what they did to POWs, but that's either here and there.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is, and I'll conclude with this, is just fucking those fucking lads. And this is like a culmination because, last year when I went to the fucking cemetery at Cambridge where all these American airmen are buried, and finishing this book and doing all this history and all this research, I come to a level of appreciation that I have never had before about aviation and aviators in general.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Like so
now, I don't want to have to pull out the wrap it up box, but we are already like down to an hour that we have to talk about Mandalorian. So
whatever. We're only 5 minutes past what we usually are at this point.
All right, fair enough.
We're usually at 45-minute mark when we get to the main topic. So
wrap that shit up, B.
Oh, I'm wrapped.
All right. Do you need a break or anything before we get into it?
No, I'm good.
All right, let's talk some Mandalorian.
Yes.
Chapters 23 and 24, the final 2 episodes of season 3.
Yeah.
And I mean, do you want to give some overall impressions of the season? Do you want to get through these
before we do spoilers, because everyone's watched it? That's if you're listening to this, you fucking watched it. So
and if you haven't, then why are you watching us right now?
For the fucking just entertainment,
I guess.
50 minutes of just idiocy, and then wait about 50 minutes, and then have about 20 minutes of idiocy at the end.
Mm-hmm,
probably.
Much. Oh, more like 20 minutes of mental illness at the end, but
yeah, fair.
It's neither here nor there.
Fair.
All right.
No, my overall impression is I have enjoyed the series.
Yeah.
Like, and I've just accepted that. I've accepted that I'm not expecting anything
right
out of this. Right. I've really come to terms with the fact that I'm just not, like, whatever happens is going to happen, and how they finish it is how they finish it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because there are a lot of strong feelings online. A lot of people did not like this the whole season. A lot of people like really shit talked the last episode. I've got some issues with the last episode, but overall I thought it was fine.
Yeah. Listen, it's
I'll watch this season again before I watch Book of Boba Fett. I tell you that much.
Well, did you see what fucking what's his nuts had posted today?
Tamora Morrison?
Yeah.
About not getting a call for season 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't get the call, and then he fucking said that basically Mandalorian kind of walked into his show and fucking took it over, like his show. and then kind of took it over.
Yeah.
And I was like,
he's not wrong. But his show was kind of garbage.
Look, here's my thing. Like, the Book of Boba Fett, this is the Mandalorian in chapters. You are the Book of Boba Fett. You were dead.
Yeah.
DEAD, dead. Right? And you came back, and your character fucking had about the same arc as my fucking piss on the side of this fucking building.
Yeah.
So what expectation did you really have that you were going to affect the rest of this canon of this group? Right? If you're trying so hard to be in this independent warlord, how does that work with a cohort of other Mandalorians and shit? So what is your fucking expectation? Like, that's pretty, to me, that comes off. And again, these are quotes, and you don't know what context it's in, right? But and just in its fucking I saw it, I'm like, dude, you're just off base, and maybe you're a little butthurt because you weren't in the last bit. But guess what? Book of Boba Fett, if it's being written, like it's being written, and it's not going to have the story arc that the fucking rest of Mandalorian has.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so we'll get into it a little bit deeper, I think.
All right.
But overall, I enjoyed this season. That is
Yeah.
my overall pick. So.
Yeah, I didn't dislike it at all. Not like, again, the haters online, and I'll get into that as we get into the last episode.
Yeah.
But okay, starting with chapter 23. I'm trying to be pure here.
Yes.
Chapter 23, The Spies. One thing I noticed, and I don't know if it was the case for the whole season, but did you notice that there is a TIE pilot helmet now in the intro when it does the flashing helmets?
Yes, I did.
Yeah. So
I may or may not have had an erection.
yeah, and well, speaking of having erections, we start off this episode with the lesbian chick from who fried the brain of the doctor. She's kind of walking through some back alleys on Coruscant, and apparently, like I saw a meme online where I guess a lot of these shots are very much homages to Blade Runner. I guess there's the scene in Blade Runner where he's walking in the rain and the fucking in the dark, and it's got these like behind the back shots and everything, and yeah, apparently it was very similar. Filmed, which is fine.
I don't mind that.
Yeah, because this part of Coruscant very dark, gritty. Rain. Apparently, it rains on Coruscant.
Sure.
I don't know where the water comes from because there's no oceans. So, we'll just again suspend our disbelief.
Let's just let that go.
Yeah.
I don't even want to. I don't even want to start. Let's just let it go.
Yeah, and she's like creeping up the back alley, and a probe droid comes up, and you get the wong 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 wong,
Right.
the old probe droid sound, which is always awesome. And it rolls up to her, and she fucking TK421,
Or whatever her TK number is.
yeah, but she's
apparently.
specified a TK, which
Yes.
means, yeah, she's still Empire. She calls fucking Gideon, and yeah, it basically just a little back and forth. Oh, the Mandalorians are back, and they did all this, and Gideon's like, "What? What are you talking about?"
Bullshit.
Yeah,
This would have been a great place for fucking bullshit.
yeah. And so they end the call, and now Gideon's walking through his fucking his new fucking base here, which at this point in the show we don't know where it is, but we already catch a glimpse of these badass new stormtroopers. Like this episode, by the way, this chapter 23, this is what Jason titles, I want all of these Black Series figures.
Just facts.
Everything that we see in this episode, I want as a Black Series figure.
Yeah.
And I'm sure we're going to get them too.
Yeah, that actually I can see Dave buying these as Black Series figures.
Yeah, so the troopers, to start off, they look very hybrid between the First Order stormtroopers and like Mandalorian helmets,
Right.
Which we find out again why. But he walks through one of those fucking like the barrier shields,
Right.
And goes to the Shadow Council, which is a bunch of other Imperial officers, like higher ups in the Empire remnant, having a conversation, and we get a couple of great reveals in here because one of the participants is General Hux, the old man Hux,
Right.
who we've read about in a lot of the books between Phasma, the Aftermath books. We know that Hux, the father of Red-Headed Hitler from the
Right.
sequels, was a prominent figure in the Empire, especially a general training troopers. That was like his specialty.
Yep.
So he was in this holo call, which is a nice callback for those of us who follow all the extended canon, as well as Captain Paleon from the original Heir to the Empire trilogy. This is the first time they're bringing him into the new canon. So now we've got Paleon in, and they all mention Thrawn several times as they're having their little Shadow Council meeting.
Right.
So
Even though Gideon's kind of like, being like, all right, so and where is fucking Thrawn?
right, because you get the sense during this meeting that Gideon's like, well, because he even says like we need to think about new leadership. So he's probably trying to make a power play, right?
Oh, yeah.
As I'm sure all of these fucking Imperial officers are. They're all trying to jockey for a higher
Yeah,
position.
they have their own little fucking cohorts that they're trying to fucking like. All right, well, if this goes south, then me and you we're buddies, right?
Yeah, we'll have an alliance here, but yeah, no, the thing that really got me was them reintroducing Paleon into the canon, which that's great.
Yeah,
I'm very happy to see that, even though he was not in any of like the Thrawn books or anything.
that's fine. I'm fine with it.
Yep. So ultimately, they mentioned Project Necromancer, which, I mean, everybody and their brother is under the impression that that's the resurrection of Palpatine via cloning.
Right.
They chastise Gideon for doing his own cloning experiments.
Yeah.
Over on Navarro.
So it's funny too, because sometimes there's that one bit, like, so this one sentence. Now, everything that happened, like, so that basically the entire line in these two episodes, right? Everything in the first and second season have now been closed.
Yes.
Right. We've closed a bunch of fucking loops on all this stuff.
Yes.
Like some of them will one-liners, like this one. Like, okay, these clones that they encountered in the fucking in the mountains in that one fucking scene with fucking Bill Burr and those guys, right? Like all this stuff and what Gideon's been doing this fucking side project. This is why we see this.
It's why he wanted Grogu, right? It's
Right.
why they were trying to get all the samples from Grogu.
Right.
So
Because he wanted to inject himself with fucking the Force so that he could
spoiler alert.
Oh,
Are we just jumping right to the end there?
oh, sorry. I forgot where am I?
We're trying to go in chronological order here.
Ah.
But either way, and it seems to me like Gideon, in addition to like trying to like fuck off Thrawn, is also trying to maybe stall Palpatine's return, like take, because he eventually mentions after like these guys are in charge of Project Necromancer, he's like, I need some of your resources for me, you know.
Right.
I need some fucking ships and some Praetorian guards and
Right.
all that other shit.
Yeah, the Praetorian Guards I found interesting when he requested it, because it kind of reminded me of Dune more than anything, like, because like the special guards, you know, coming and I lost my train of thought. God damn it.
Praetorian guards. Anyway,
Fuck.
so
It's gone. It's fucking gone.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Well, we'll talk about the Praetorian guards again later, so you don't have to worry.
It's not the guard.
Then after this scene, you know, Gideon's like, we will finally destroy the Mandalorians. Ha 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 ha. You know, he's being very like over dramatic. And then we go to the Mandalorian title screen. This intro was 10 minutes long before we got to that Mandalorian title screen.
Yeah.
I looked at it on Disney Plus. I'm like, God damn, we're still in the intro?
Yeah, it kind of surprises you.
Because it was a long thing, because it started with the chick in the alley. Well, it started first with the flashbacks, you know, like previously on Mandalorian.
Right.
Then the fucking lesbian in the alley, and then the fucking Shadow Council and all this other stuff. And then boom, Mandalorian.
Da-da.
Yeah. So that was a 10-minute thing.
I don't understand why Disney puts the skip intro. What it only the whole thing, that
it's
part
like 2
that it
seconds.
skips is like 2 seconds. Like,
Yeah.
it takes longer to fucking get the mouse over to it to fucking click skip and it's over. Like, why is it even there?
Yeah, good question. So after the intro, we're back on Navarro. You know, got Carl Weathers doing his thing, you know, and then the fucking the mercenary Mando fleet fucking shows up.
Right.
They got the big cruiser, right? The thing's basically a Star Destroyer.
Yeah.
Rolls up, it's got the fucking massive Mandalorian symbol painted on the bottom. Like, how do you do that on one of these things?
I don't know. It's paint.
Yeah, but then they're gonna just land this thing right by the fucking Mando camp, which I'm trying to think of the logistics of this, because they've got this massive fucking cruiser and they're just gonna drop it right there in this field next to their fucking tents.
I guess if the field's big enough, you could land anything anywhere, right?
Sure, but I'm just, again, like, you don't just land a Star Destroyer just on the fucking ground next to some buildings. I would imagine some structural damage is gonna happen. Some shit's gonna go blown away.
Rain and Coruscant.
Yeah. All right. Suspend our disbelief.
Yeah,
Suspend our disbelief.
I like this shot of them coming in,
Yeah.
but I agree with you. Like, what should have happened is like that ship should have remained in orbit. Like, there's no reason. I get not remaining in orbit because you don't necessarily want to be hanging out there to be seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of like, how big does the fucking landing gear need to be in a size of a ship that big?
Massive. It's got to be huge.
Fucking, can you imagine the Lego build that is?
Yeah. I'm sure you can.
Yes, I can.
So we did have a cool scene when after they landed and all the mercenary Mandos all of Bo-Katan's forces basically are getting out of their ships, and then all the fucking children of the Watch are walking down, and you got this just massive group of fucking Mandalorians. But this is something that bothers me, and maybe I'm like looking too much into this. But I hate the fact that every single one of these fucking Mandalorians, aside from a few, are all different fucking armor. They're all different either styles or colors or both. And they're all their own thing. It's like you're looking at a fucking just rainbow of fucking Mandalorians. Just like, because I remember in the Clone Wars and some of those shows, like they all wore like similar suits to whatever clan they were in or whatever their family thing was. You had the Death Watch, the Night Watch, all that stuff. But now it's just like, fuck it, whatever. What color do you want? All right.
But I think that you get to a point where it's like, okay, we're the last of our people. I can tat up my fucking shit whenever, whatever color.
I guess
like,
I'm so used to the uniformity of
the Sabine style of like I'm gonna put whatever I want on my fucking armor.
That's true. This is post Sabine, so
right.
And refresh my memory, wasn't she like the leader of the Mandos for like a hot second?
She had the fucking
the Darksaber.
She had the Sword of Destiny.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
Don't even get me started on that. But okay, so
I will here in a minute.
But yeah, no, I'm looking at like again hundreds of Mandalorians all standing there facing each other, and not one of them fucking matches. It's like, come on, where's the uniformity here?
So, talking to Q at work the other day, talking about he bringing up why he doesn't really like this season of Mandalorian, where he thinks it went wrong is coming up where. The helmet thing, keeping the helmet on, like you have this whole cohort that is like, oh, we can't, like, how do you eat? Like you're gonna have this big feast, right? And then you're gonna have to go over here.
Yeah,
like
go hide behind a tent,
right?
And just like fucking
like
shovel it in real quick.
Why is this still a thing?
Right, because if you're trying to unite all of these Mandalorians, right, from Bo-Katan's side and all these other clans and unite them into one, why only a small fraction of you are going to stick to that?
So I'll say this, okay, and this is what I told him, and this is what I believe. Like most things with Star Wars, I think this is they're making a point, and they have to amplify this point just to make sure that it's being told in the story. This thing with the helmets, they're trying to make sure that we know that this sect, this religion, right, that these Mandalorians had followed, they followed it because this is how they survived, right? The only reason that this cohort survived is because they followed this creed to keep their helmet on.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
As the generations go, it's just like people that you hold these certain values even though you don't need them anymore, right?
Right.
It's like Catholics with certain times of the year where you're fasting.
Yeah.
Right. For Lent. It's
eating meat on a Friday used to be a hellworthy trespass.
Yeah. You're fucking like eating pork if you're Muslim or during Ramadan. There was these
Dennis Radoman.
So there was all these things that were built into fucking religion and these ways of life that were keeping them alive. Like, why don't you eat pork? Well, people were dying when they eat pork because it wasn't prepared properly. So this is why you keep pork out of your diet, right? This is what anthropologists do.
Yeah.
They find this shit out. I think what the writers are trying to tell us, what Dave and John are trying to tell us here is that this is what they are. They are this sect, and they're going to stick to this because they've survived this long because of it.
Right.
And until something dramatic, even more dramatic than what they're going through, it changes their fucking perspective, they're going to stick to what they're doing.
Yeah, and maybe just over the following decades or centuries, they slowly start to get away from that now that Mandalore is reunited.
Yeah, or because we don't. I'll wait till the end.
Survive, but okay.
I'll wait till the end.
All right.
For what I think.
So, fucking Carl Weathers walks up as Mando, and he tells him he's got to
like circumcision.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, circumcision is one of those things.
Yep. but yeah, he Apollo Creed tells Mando he's got a gift for him, takes him back to his fucking place in town, and you see fucking from a side view, you see IG-11 walking in,
Right.
and then he turns and you see one of the little Anzellans fucking piloting him,
Right,
like a vehicle, and
hey!
and this leads up to one of the more cute Baby Yoda type situations where
Right.
now Grogu's basically got a vehicle,
Right.
which is the body of IG-11, now called IG-12
G12.
by
I know that there's people online that fucking hated this and thought it was too campy or whatever.
It's Grogu. It's the shit that he does.
I thought it was I liked it.
Yeah, me too.
I did.
And I want that Black Series figure.
Yeah.
I don't care what happened
Oh,
in
dude,
the next episode. But
that has to come out.
Yeah.
It absolutely has to come out.
yeah, there's going to be a pop of it. There's going to be a Black Series figure of it.
That's interesting how they would do that pop.
They could make it work.
IG-11 head and somehow get Grogu in the fucking belly of it. I don't know. That would be interesting.
It'll happen.
But yeah, dude, I was like, dude, that's fucking. I'm all about it.
Yeah, no, I liked it too, and it gave Grogu a way to communicate with Din Djarin and everybody else essentially for the first time.
Yeah.
Of the series by hitting either the no or the yes button in Taika Waititi's voice again.
Right.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought this was great, and I was actually sad to see it go when its time came.
Oh, me yelling at me about spoilers.
Yeah, I know. So anyway, yeah, and I even wrote in my notes here, Black Series. So
The sacred Jedi. Black Series!
So Bo-Katan gives this big speech, and I'm going to Mandalore, and I'm gonna blah blah
Yes.
blah blah, and everybody
Yes.
else is like,
Yes.
yes, I will go
Yes.
with you. So they go to Mandalore.
Fuck.
More, so much suspension of disbelief coming up here because you got the whole thing right where there's like this fucking just like planet-wide storm in one layer of the fucking atmosphere that is stopping all communications from getting in and out. Can't see what's going on down there. And when they're fucking flying through it to land on the surface, I get my PTSD again. Flying through fucking thunderstorms, it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's.
Ooh, guess who's calling?
Is it Kathy?
Ah.
I mean, it is Tuesday, so
Right.
I'm not gonna dog anybody for thinking that you're available. Are you calling her back?
No, I'm just gonna text her real quick. Go ahead.
Okay.
Oh my god, what the fuck is happening?
And I'm coughing. Still getting over my sickness. So anyway, they get there. They fucking they land on the surface. They're looking around and doing their Mando stuff. Fucking a pirate ship basically rolls up. And there's fucking more Mandos in there who've apparently been
Right.
alive on the surface ever since.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. They just come strolling up like it's fucking something out of Peter Pan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Just like okay, sure.
Yeah. It's all
Right.
right. Whatever. And then they're like, "Is that Bo-Katan?" And then they zoom up and they're all beat to shit, but they're like, "Oh, we're still with you, Lady Kreese."
Yeah. Yes. Let's suspend all of our disbelief.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I like the characters, but the pirate ship.
So, who are the spies?
I don't think that was ever made clear.
See, I when I'm watching this, so the title of the fucking episode is The Spies,
Correct.
right? And I'm like, who like as I'm going through the episode, I'm trying to identify who the spies
Right.
are.
Well, I'm being led to believe like they're being led into some kind of fucking trap, right?
Right.
Because somebody fucking ratted them out. It's like, oh, they're going back to Mandalore, or set up a big ambush or something.
Right.
No.
I
Well, kind of.
well, yes, because I think it's the fucking there's two dudes, the two main dudes.
The pirate ship guys?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I mean that's what I was like watching it, like that's who I was like, okay, these are like the main guys. They conveniently show up with their fucking pirate ship of justice, right? Or maybe those spies were on the fucking ship that fucking the armor took out of the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
maybe they were on there and we just never fucking closed that.
See,
who are the fucking spies?
I thought it was going to be R5D4, like having
as
some
a
sort of
spy,
having some sort of tracking device in him or something to tell Gideon like where the fuck they are or something.
Motherfucker, this fucking droid Clank.
I don't know.
Just cut him in half with the Darksaber.
But yeah, from what I read online after the fact, I think most people believe they were talking about the fucking lesbian at the start of the show.
But that's not like that. Oh.
It had nothing to do with the rest of the show, though she did give Gideon that intel that, hey, Mandalorians are banding together under Bo-Katan, retaking Mandalore, blah, blah, blah.
It's one spy, singular.
I don't know, Dave.
Who are the spies, Jason?
I don't know. I didn't write the fucking show.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, can we continue?
I want to know who the spies are. Chat, tell me who the fucking spies are.
Yo, you know what I need to get for drops? The no and the yes. No, no, no,
oh
yes,
God.
yes.
I wish I had drops over here. Yeah. Oh my God. I should just do it. No. 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 No.
So anyway, they find the fucking ship and
No. 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 Yes. Yes.
So Bo starts they're having a feast on the pirate ship.
Yes.
And Bo starts telling them the story about how she fucking surrendered to Gideon. Because at this point, we still didn't know how Gideon got the Darksaber in the first fucking place. Remember when we saw it at the end of season 1?
Right.
And we like fucking nerded out like, oh my God, the Darksaber.
Right.
Well, come to find out, Bo-Katan surrendered to him during the Night of 1,000 Tears, gave him the Darksaber, and he's like, haha, fooled you, and like continued to murder all of the Mandalorians. So,
like a bunch of bitches.
Yep. And so she's all feeling ashamed and everything.
As she should.
She's off standing to the side, and then fucking Din
She
Djarin.
just didn't fucking off herself with the Darksaber.
Yeah, just fucking.
It's like commit Harry Carey.
And you know, she might have been thinking about it, but then Din Djarin goes up and like totally simps out to her. He's like, "Oh, your story isn't written yet. I'll pledge myself to you." And,
I mean, because they're banging. They're obviously banging.
Yeah.
You think he keeps his helmet on?
I think she's banging him. I think she's pegging him.
Pegging?
Yeah. Yeah, she's like dominating him because like he was such a simp in this scene. It's like, come on, man.
He keeps his helmet on.
Yeah.
Takes his bottoms off,
and she pegs him right in the ass.
She keeps her armor on, and just like takes the leg and just bam.
Well, she might have an attachment. You don't know. Like maybe part of her armor just like flips out. And metal cock right there.
Maybe.
And then she just goes to town on him.
That's an interesting theory.
I mean, that could be the way she likes to get down.
Maybe she just uses the Darksaber. Maybe it's just like, maybe there's a slot and it's just a risk. It's a risk you take. Let's see the Rule 34 fucking Rule 34 for pegging Mandalorian.
Oh my God, that's probably out there.
Oh
Fucking Bo-Katan pegging Mando.
Oh, Jesus. Oh,
that's right. We haven't mentioned Rule 34 yet this week.
Yeah, well, now we just did.
I think we were floating the idea of doing a whole Rule 34 episode.
No. Somebody had brought that up, and I said, no.
Somebody else, while we're talking, Google Rule 34 and see if there's anything with Bo-Katan.
Oh, there's got to be.
Pegging Din Djarin.
There's
with the Darksaber.
Oh my God, oh my God, that's so, oh my God. Oh my God, that's so gotta be a thing.
It probably is.
Oh shit.
So anyway, after she pegs Din Djarin, they go back to the ship, and the armor is like looking at all the fucking wounded people from the pirate ship who've been on the planet, and she's like, I'm gonna ferry these guys up to the fucking thing.
Right.
And
because she knows how to fly ships.
Yeah, clearly. And like the whole time, both when she's flying up and then later when somebody else is flying up, which we're gonna talk about that. You know, she's going through the fucking clouds. She's about to fucking break through the fucking surface. I'm expecting, like, I feel like they're leading us up to her breaking out of the clouds and the fucking Empire being right there.
Yeah.
Like I
that's
was waiting
what I was
for
expecting.
That. Yeah,
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
Didn't happen. And you know, maybe that's what they were doing. Maybe they were like,
it was the lead up to it. Like,
yeah, and like she's gonna
music's
fucking
crescendoing.
Yeah,
like everything's leading up to it. She's just calmly fucking She's piloting the ship, like, yeah, got all a bunch of sick people in the back. They probably got some sort of disease. Good thing I got this helmet on.
Yeah. So while she's doing that,
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
What?
No. That's something just popped up in the Discord. Hang on.
Oh boy. did somebody find it already?
Oh, what is that? Is this? No. That's not what I want.
All right. Well, while he's looking at that,
keep going.
We have Axe Woves and fucking Paz Vizsla come to blows after playing fucking chess, and Axe had this one coming because he fucking he called Paz Vizsla like a fucking like a Neanderthal or basically is like mocking him, and Paz is like, oh, you want to talk some shit, motherfucker? And he pulls out a knife and he's like, let's fucking go. And so they get into a pretty funny fight that gets broken up by Grogu. In the IG-12 suit because he's fucking grabbed them both with each arm and is like, no. So that was a cool scene. So fucking the armorer breaks through the fucking cloud surface and the fleet's just sitting there, right? And you've got random black Mandalorian guy at the helm who we don't have a name for, but they announced a Black Series figure for him last week.
Oh, there you go.
And I'm like, so it's gonna be
he's in armor.
Yeah, so it's gonna be random black guy Mandalorian. And I mentioned that as we were watching it, and Kristen's like, I don't think that's what they're gonna name him. I'm like, but wouldn't that be funny if they did? If Disney just released a fucking Black Series random black guy,
bro.
Oh no, did they find it?
Yeah.
Is it what? All right, are you gonna bring it up? Wow.
Thank you, Sad Monkey, for posting in the Discord.
God, that was quick.
Yeah, that was fucking disturbingly quick.
It's not exactly pegging, but it was very close.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, did you fuck up your monitor?
Apparently.
All right, hang on. We got to fix Dave's monitor.
No, it's on. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, so anyway.
Oh god.
Yeah.
That's fucking god, the internet. What's that Chappelle skit with the fucking internet?
Oh yeah, if the internet were real life.
Yeah.
Debt consolidation. Gambling.
Gambling.
No. You want to watch me have sex?
No.
All right.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so anyway, she's ferrying people up. They're fucking taking the pirate ship to the Great Forge, and one of the big Mandalorian dinosaurs just fucking pops out and just fucking blah.
Right. Yeah, because it's more living things on Mandalore that they thought nothing could be alive on.
Yeah.
Why did they? Why would it's like she spent all this time moping around in her fucking castle?
Yeah. Send a scouting ship.
Yeah. How about you just fucking no, it's poison. I'm gonna die if I go there. You got a fucking helmet on that seals up everything and a fucking jetpack and a ship. Just go.
Which apparently, if you're in your helmet and you got your jetpack, you can just fly into space. You can just fly out of the atmosphere of your planet and into space.
You have enough. All right, so let's talk about this. let's bring this up.
All right.
So Q brought this up, and it's a extremely valid point.
Uh-huh.
So in an episode where the giant chickens,
I knew you were gonna bring this up. Yeah, I said the same thing. It's in my notes.
The giant chickens fucking.
Of course, we're jumping ahead to the next episode.
Yeah, but so giant chicken takes off with the fucking kid, right?
Right. They go 100 yards and they're like, "We're out of fuel."
They run out of fucking gas after whatever.
Yeah.
He can fly through the fucking atmosphere and into space. Now, I don't have a problem with the jetpack working in space. Don't have a problem with that.
Sure.
Because we've already established that it's most likely some sort of solid fuel because it worked underwater.
Mm-hmm.
Fine. I'm fine with all that.
Yeah.
What I have a problem with is the fact that he fucking reached terminal velocity, went past max Q, and fucking went all the way through the goddamn this storm-ridden atmosphere. Somehow managed to fucking find the exact spot where the fucking everyone is. Which orbital mechanics being what they are is not easy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, you don't just go straight up.
Yeah, it's like, there's reasons that fucking rocket ships fucking have specific times that they fucking have to launch. So I'm like, it's just Q is absolutely right. It's like, yes, when I saw it, and this dude's just jetpacking out of the fucking atmosphere, I was like, did he upgrade? He's not in a cohort, right? So he's like one of the OG Mandalorians from like the old country. So maybe they had better jetpacks.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, then why? I don't know. There was a little continuity error there.
Yeah, well, we're finding a lot about these Mandalorian outfits and helmets because apparently you can just like fly underwater as much as you want if you've got a good seal. You can go into the vacuum of fucking space with it if you've got a good seal. So
yeah, apparently it has internal heating and pressurization, so you don't fucking immediately can get the bends and fucking and your blood boil.
yeah,
all of the things.
Yeah. Anyway,
suspension of disbelief.
Yeah, so the dinosaur breaks the pirate ship. They go into the fucking caves. They go down and they find the Great Forge, right? As soon as they get there, you hear fucking jetpacks in the distance. You see all the new Mando stormtroopers.
All the new fucking Black Series figures come straight out of the sky.
Yeah. Massive shootout, fucking. And this is when she sends fucking Axe out the fucking window. Like,
right.
Hey, go out that fucking crack in the roof and go fly into space.
Yeah.
Because we can do that as Mandalorians.
Yeah. And this is where I think people start having problems with how these Beskar wearing fucking troopers and the Mandalorian sized fucking Gideon come into play, and I didn't really have a problem with this.
No, I didn't have a problem with them and the whole concept of the Beskar stormtroopers and all that.
No, the shootouts and fucking shooting each other and both having Beskar, like it would make for an interesting fucking fight.
Yeah, fuck. I mean, if I was the Empire and I knew Beskar was like the best fucking shit out there for armor, I'd be trying to put all my guys into that shit.
Right.
Yeah, why wouldn't you?
And I would probably tell everyone in the fucking world that, like, yeah, no, this fucking planet's totally poisoned and you can't
go there.
Don't come here because you'll fucking die.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm fucking mining the shit out of it so I can make my own private army and get a clones that have fucking the Force, and I can.
Again, we're jumping ahead.
Shit. Damn it.
Yeah, so we're still in the middle of the stormtrooper ambush, and they're having a shootout. Fucking Axe goes into the fucking space. And they eventually come to a point where they come to a couple of blast doors.
Right.
And
open the blast doors.
Yeah,
open the blast doors.
They drop the blast doors surrounding most of the Mandalorians. Din Djarin and a couple are on the outside. Those three get like fucked over. And then Din Djarin continues his tradition of getting his ass kicked.
Yes. Getting fucked up.
Yep. And this time by a bunch of those troopers and fucking Gideon, who's now in like full black armor with the fucking black Mando looking helmet on.
Like, seeing that was like, well, that's just going to be fucking. That's going to be one of those carbonized fucking.
The sacred Jedi.
Yes. Yep. You're right. That's what this episode is.
Yeah.
This is
the troopers, fucking Gideon, fucking IG-12.
Yep.
Yeah. Random black guy. All of them.
Just the Paz Vizsla fucking death scene. Wait, I jumped ahead.
Paz Vizsla, no.
Is he still laying down? Oh, yeah, he is.
We still have him down in the background. You can't really see him though. But yeah, so Din Djarin gets captured. Fucking the rest of the Mandos try to retreat, and Paz Vizsla like is their cover, right?
Right.
He's fucking holding them all down while everybody else is escaping. And like he's just kicking the shit out of all of them. He's like fucking blasting the shit out of all of the fucking troops.
Right.
His fucking gun starts overheating,
right?
And he just like fucking whacks people with it, and he just starts going hand to hand fucking combat. Beats the fuck out of all the stormtroopers, which is great. Then the Praetorian Guards show up.
Yep.
So
with their fucking their electric sticks.
Yeah, but these are they're a bit of a hybrid from what we see in the sequel trilogy because they've got those Mando-like helmets. The rest of the armor is pretty much Praetorian Guard that we see in Last Jedi, but they have very Mando-like helmets on, and they proceed to beat the shit out of Paz Vizsla, and they eventually kill him.
Well, I think it's more the Praetorian Guard. I didn't go Mando. I thought clone. Like closer to the clone helmets than I did the Mando helmets. But yeah.
But and that
Safe
was
Dimension doesn't think that Paz is dead, by the way.
I think they were trying to make it pretty apparent that he is.
Yeah.
And then what happens when the fucking ship crashes into the fucking platform and he's still laying there?
I mean, that happens later.
Yeah. I mean,
you're skipping ahead.
Right.
You shouldn't skip ahead.
Well, but that's the end of this episode. Like
Right.
Paz Vizsla fucking laying there dead. So like we're left on this massive cliffhanger, and I watched this the week it aired.
Yeah.
You know, between fucking Bo and her crew on the run now.
Yep. Fucking
Paz Vizsla's dead. Din Djarin's captured.
Yep.
You know, I'm like, how the fuck are they gonna wrap all this up in one fucking episode? Well, they did it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They closed it.
Yeah. Do you need a break or anything before we continue?
No, I'm good.
All right, so moving right into the next one. This is where I wrote, so Mando suits survive in space, question mark? Because this is where Homeboy broke through. And again, when he was flying through the fucking clouds, I'm expecting him to come into the clearing and fucking Empire. Lots of Empire stuff.
Yep.
But nothing.
Not yet.
No.
Not yet.
But then he had the fucking ties right on his ass.
Right.
Because, he launched the fleet in the last episode.
Oh, yes.
And yeah, Dave got a hard on. Because it seemed like it was all the variants of the ties. It was bombers, it was interceptors, and it was regular TIE fighters.
No regular ties.
No regulars?
Nope, just interceptors and bombers.
Okay. Never mind then.
Take my word for it.
Okay. And I'm sitting there wondering, like, oh fuck, how's Mando gonna get out of this? And Gideon's probably gonna take all of his fucking armor off and all this other stuff. No, he just leaves 2 stormtroopers to transport him to the debriefing room.
Yeah, what could possibly go wrong?
Right. Which Mando immediately fucks them both up, and then with the help of Grogu completely escapes.
No.
Yep. And then he gives a speech like, we gotta fucking stop Gideon here and now. Whatever. Oh, I loved it too when because he took a bit of a beating as he was trying to get away from those 2 stormtroopers, and when Grogu helped him at the end, he fucked those stormtroopers off, and he's spraying the Bacta all over him.
That's right. Like, no, I'm all right.
It's okay.
I'm all right.
Yeah. But if you remember, that's kind of a shades of the season 1 finale when IG-11 took off his helmet and fucking backed him up and everything.
Yep.
Which was the first time we saw him without his helmet. Which,
Saved his life.
yeah, which by the way, we never saw him without his helmet this season.
Facts.
Yeah. We saw him once in season 1, twice in season 2, none in season 3.
Yep.
Yeah, so then we have a line where Gideon's watching them through the fucking through like these sensors or whatever, and he knows Mando escaped, and he says something very Vader like. He puts on the helmet, he's like, I will deal with them myself.
Yeah.
It's just a line ripped right from fucking Vader.
Why on the view screen of Justice that Homeboy had, did you notice that Din was the red character and Grogu was the green one?
Yep.
I'm like,
how does he know?
Why? Yeah, like what? How? What?
Yeah.
It just threw me off. I legitimately was thinking about it for a good fucking 2 minutes after that.
Yeah.
Like why? Like just these blatantly obvious blue or red and green fucking dots.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is. They look like bingo dots. Like fucking you get those bingo markers.
Yeah.
Just like, what the fuck?
But no. So they he gets to the part with like the multi-layered fucking shields, and he's got to run this gauntlet, right? So he calls in R5 D4, and he tells him to drop in and like disable the shields one at a time. You get this potentially over the top bit with the mouse droids. At first that was kind of funny.
Yeah.
But then when like they all 5 turn on their fucking sirens and just start surrounding him, I'm like, really?
Yeah. It's just okay. The like I said, I think I texted to you because you were texting it to me when you were watching it for like the second time. Mm-hmm. And I said, "Yo, yeah, this fucking R5 redemption arc that we still have to, fucking deal with."
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine because it's Star Wars, and Star Wars has this droid interaction that's always fucking helping them out and fucking getting them out of trouble and shit like that. And I'm fine with that. But like you said, we didn't need the fucking mouse droid fucking antics as part of it, especially because I would imagine that their job is to not fucking
it's to like warn the fucking rest of the Imperials that like, hey, there's this fucking rogue droid in here. You should do something about it.
Or I don't know, sound the master alarm that fucking like did.
Yeah, Right, exactly. You know, the one we hear all the time in Star Wars. But
Yes.
unfortunately, yeah, it
That's
had
an
to.
amazing fucking alarm to wake up to, by the by.
Oh, really? You had
Alright.
that like set on your phone?
I did for a while. Then I like it too much. So
okay.
I fucking had to get rid of it.
Didn't want to get sick of it. But yeah, when they were all like had their little fucking police sirens on and surrounded him, I'm like, okay, that's you just crossed the line with that one there,
That's
buddy.
a show for kids.
Yep. So yeah, we're back up at the Mando fleet. Axe tells everybody else, all the other fucking Mandos in the fleet, to fucking get out, go back to the surface. I'm gonna take this ship and I'm gonna go down with the fucking ship, sort of. Which is it's just getting fucking pummeled by all these ties at this point, which I'm sure you loved.
Oh yeah, dude, it was fucking. I loved it.
Yep. And then we have the scene where Mando runs the barrier shield gauntlet. It's like he has them drop one shield at a time, goes in, fucks over the two troopers in there, moves on.
It was like a video game.
Yeah, it was cool though.
Yeah.
It was actually a really well done scene, I thought.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
What am I looking for?
They make their way into the fucking clone chamber. So this is where we finally learn the full truth of what Gideon had planned with the fucking clones from the start. Because when you see them walking in, you can just see in the background the fucking clones, and you can tell that it's Gideon's face if you're really focused.
Yeah.
During this initial shot, and then of course they get close, and then you see it's like Gideon's fucking face, and then you have the one where Grogu gets right up to the fucking glass, and I knew this was coming. I knew it was coming because it like closed in on one of the clone Gideon's faces, and then boom, the eyes open. Kristen fucking jumps as soon as that happened. I knew it was coming. I was bracing myself for it.
Yeah, you had to know something was going to happen. If, you know, either eyes opening, or like the door would suddenly open, or it would start draining, or something was going to happen, right?
Oh yeah. But instead, like Mando just pushes a button and they all drain and they're dead. And that's it. That's the end of the fucking Gideon clones. In a span of 20 seconds, we get this
like
fucking
goldfish down the fucking toilet.
And this is the biggest issue I had with this whole season, really, was if I was going to complain about something that's not one of the little nitpicky things we've already talked about, it's the Gideon clone story came and went so fucking fast. We never got to see any of these clones like in action, right? Because, you know, when they go into the next room and Gideon's talking about how, you know, he infused them with the Force, the thing that he never had, they were going to be the perfect fucking Dark Troopers. I'm like, I want to see that.
How do you know?
Well, I mean, I guess theoretically some of them could still be alive.
Not, how do you know that the clone that we were seeing in the one that we were seeing was Gideon and not a clone?
Oh, the person they killed at the end?
Did we see a body?
No, we just saw him get engulfed in flames. But he was in full armor. I think he even had his helmet on at that point.
Yeah.
So
I'm thinking he could have survived that.
I mean, obviously, you can survive underwater or in the vacuum of space with these fucking outfits on.
So for me, like, I didn't have a problem with them flushing those clones. Like that's not the part that got me.
Mm-hmm.
It was how obvious it was that there was no body after the fucking explosion. And so it leaves this wide open door again for fucking, you know, where in the world is fucking Gideon?
That's true. Yeah.
And if you have, I don't know, 8 clones in a fucking building on Mandalore, then you probably have 8 clones in a building somewhere else too.
True.
Like, you've got a closet full of fucking clones all over the place if you can manage it.
Yeah, because
you have them on your starship, you have them like here, you have them there. Like, I think maybe those were clones like 1.8, version 1.8, like, and he's got version 1.7 somewhere else.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like,
sure, yeah.
I think that's they're going to further the Gideon's going to be back.
You think
like
so?
He's not dead. Like,
Okay.
we're going to see Gideon in some form or fashion. If he doesn't show up as a clone or something like that, he's definitely back. I think it was deliberate that there was no body.
Okay.
And it was pretty obvious. Okay. And that kind of pissed me off. Like, there's no fucking body. And they just took it for granted. They're like, oh, Gideon's gone.
Yeah.
Is he? Like you're gonna fucking stroll into the fucking bar at the very end of this, right? I'm skipping over a lot.
Oh yeah.
But he strolls into the bar like it's like, yeah, definitely took care of Gideon there, so it's all over. Yeah, thanks for that. Like, dude, there's no fucking body.
Yeah.
So that for me was one of the. I didn't have an issue with it. I just thought it was really fucking obvious to me.
Okay. So yeah, I thought kind of the opposite. I feel like they deliberately just closed the whole fucking book on this Gideon story at the end of this.
I don't think so.
Like that's the way it felt to me, because especially once we, wrap everything up, it seemed like it was just like tied up in a nice little bow. But before we get to all that, there were some other cool things that happened. We had this great clashing of the fucking armies. You had Bo-Katan and all of the fucking jetpack Mandalorians. Again, they're flying halfway across the planet at this point in these fucking jetpacks when they couldn't fly 200 yards on
the cohort
Dino building.
Cohort definitely couldn't. Maybe these other Mandos had more advanced jetpacks.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But anyway, so they fly back into the fucking Imperial base. All the fucking Mando troopers are flying up, and you have this great clash into the armies where they just fucking
right.
It's kind of like a scene from Braveheart, where the two armies are clashing and they're just fucking beating the shit out of each other. Right. I love the armor. I gotta say, like, this whole season, I've really loved the armor when she like gets into combat. Like when they were on Navarro fighting out with the pirates, and she rolls into fucking
just takes her hammers of fucking justice
and just beats the shit out of those guys. It's like and then she's doing it again on her jetpack. She's just fucking like knocking the shit out of stuff. Yeah. So I think she should be the leader of Mandalore. Fuck Bo-Katan.
I think you're building towards that anyway.
Yeah, maybe. But
like Bo-Katan sees her as an equal.
I'd like to think so.
Yeah. So
and they kind of treat each other with an equal respect.
Right.
But so here's another issue. So as they're fighting Gideon and Bo-Katan goes down, she starts fighting Gideon one-on-one as Grogu's being chased away by the fucking Praetorian guards.
Right.
After Din Djarin got his ass kicked again.
Like he does.
So he's got to go help Grogu take on the guards. Bo's fighting fucking Gideon, and he just like fucking grabs her hand that's holding the Darksaber and just kind of crush. And they're like, oh, now the Darksaber is gone forever. It's like, well, hang on. Okay, a couple things. First of all, yeah, you smashed the fucking hilt, but there's no way it can't be repaired. This is an iconic weapon that's been in their possession for centuries, thousands of years. And it's just like he fucking like kind of crushes it a little bit. Like, oh, it's all over. Your symbol's dead. It's like, well,
yeah, but he doesn't know that.
But he said it. That's what he said after he crushed it. I know. Like, the Darksaber is gone now.
Well, that's what he might believe that, but I don't think that he he's so maniacal at this point that it's just like, yes, I am everything now because I think they overdid the robot sound effects a little bit to demonstrate that, yes, okay, your Mandalorian suit obviously has some additional fucking $1 million man fucking add-ons to make you stronger, right? You don't need to hear the damn thing every time you walk like you're the fucking Ed 2000.
Yeah. Ed 209.
Oh, I'm sorry, Ed. Ed 209.
Yeah.
But regardless, we don't need to hear the fucking sound. Okay, we get it. You're fucking augmented. Got it.
Yeah. But no, I don't like the way they just very quickly just fucking wrote off the fucking Darksaber. It's like, come on. But anyway, all kinds of bullshit with the what?
Look at the chat real quick. Just read the stream. And because I read it, I'm like, Jewish? What? What the hell does Jewish have to do with it?
See, this is the strange shit that comes up in the chat.
It's like, so yeah, you have to. I'm gonna leave this for YouTube and those of you in the chat.
Yeah,
because it's
apparently it was an autocorrect.
Yeah, it was autocorrect. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, what the fuck does Jewish have to do with it? Oh, it's autocorrect. Yes,
the Mandalorian Jews. Directed by Mel Brooks.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Fuck.
Anyway,
What were you saying?
I don't remember. Oh yeah. So the fucking Praetorian guards, like they back Grogu into a room and they fucking immediately slice up IG-12. I'm like, no, IG-12.
Yeah, that was short lived.
Yeah. And then the whole next like 5 to 10 minutes was all about Mandalorians fighting together, it was actually pretty cool. The way Grogu was using his fucking force powers to help Mando beat up the Praetorian guards.
And that's fine. We got to this point in the IG-12 thing. I didn't have a problem with IG-12 getting fucking shellacked. Whatever. It was cobbled together by those guys, for God's sake.
The Anzellans!
Hey! Yeah. Those guys.
They're geniuses at robotics.
Obviously.
Yeah.
No. Anyway. What was I saying? Fuck.
We were talking about them cutting up IG-12.
Oh, yeah. The fucking fight sequence. We know Grogu has more power and he demonstrates it, at the end of this, right?
Yeah.
This end of the sequence, because he's like, generates this little fucking force bubble.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think that he wasn't using any of the force.
Yeah, he was barely using it. Like he would use it to like move the stick out of the way so the guy couldn't pick it up, or to push one of them back for a second.
He wasn't fighting at all. I don't know why.
We even saw towards the end of season 2. Remember when Gideon had him captured and he was in that fucking prison cell, but he was like fucking whipping the stormtroopers all across the walls and shit.
I expected to see something like that. Like, I'm going to pick you up and toss you into the fucking cavern that's over here, because there can't be a fucking hangar in Star Wars without having a giant abyss near it.
Yep.
So he fucking start tossing dudes into the fucking abyss, but he didn't. And I'm just curious as to why. Why did we fucking put a governor on Grogu to fucking limit his power?
Well, if you remember, like, because when he would use his force powers, he would drain himself, right? After a couple of minutes, he'd like fucking fall over and he'd like pass out.
Yeah, but I thought that was because he just didn't understand how to use it.
Well, maybe he realizes he's got to pace himself like a marathon. You're not going to start sprinting at the beginning of a marathon when you've got a lot of fight left to go.
Right.
So maybe that's what he learned through the previous seasons, is to not fucking just go all ham and like just fucking start ripping these guys apart with the force. He's got to slowly do it, slow motions, and then eventually at the end, when they need him the most, he can do force bubble. None of us are going to burn to death.
So Rick agrees with you. However, you and Rick are on the same page. I just think that, like, okay, that's cool and all, but it's not like the fucking, like, they were doing so well on that fucking battle that you're playing with your cat playing with this fucking mouse that you caught. Like, fucking at some point you're like, this is a life or death situation. It's time to fucking. I just wanted to see Grogu be a little bit more involved in that fight. That's all. I just think that they limited him.
Well, if anything, I think they're setting that up for the next season. Like, now
I guess
they're going to go off on their adventures together.
I think at the end of this, I want to hear your, like, what you think the next what do you honestly think that the next season is going to be?
Okay, well, let's get through the rest of this real quick. I have in my notes. It's funny. You look at my notes, and I've got Paz Vizsla, no. And then I've got Den's been captured, no. And then I've got IG-12, no.
Yeah, I think
Darksaber, no. Gideon, no.
I think I have text messages from you that equal those same sentiments.
Oh
at
yeah,
the same time.
when Paz Vizsla died.
Yeah,
I was like, Paz Vizsla, no. I'm so sad. Still sad about Paz Vizsla. Honestly, I liked him as a character. So yeah, they work together, and that was the whole point I was trying to make. Is the scene between the guards and the final fight with Gideon. Yeah, Paz Vizsla, no. They showed it. It's the Mandalorians working together made them their strongest. Right. So they really drove that fucking home.
Right.
As they beat Gideon, Homeboy crashes the ship into the fucking cavern. Force bubble. Everybody lives except for Gideon, or not. And then we flash to the fucking to Lake Minnetonka, right? Everything's all wrapped up and we're back to the waters of Lake Minnetonka. They're bathing the boy again for some reason, even though
this is the real waters. No, he never actually, I don't think he finished the whole thing.
Oh, right, because of the crocodile.
Right. Because they find places where it's the absolute worst place that you can fucking be.
Yeah, so he takes the creed again. Fucking Din Djarin brings Grogu in, and he's like, he's ready to take the creed and all that. And she's like, no, he can't fucking talk, so he can't take the creed.
She like, because these are the rules that we just made up. It's like, what? Oh, okay.
Well, but
is this shit written down somewhere there, Armor? Like, can I get the book?
Yeah, where's the rule book?
Let me see what, like, so, okay, all right, fucking, but if you do this, okay, I'll do that then.
Right.
Why do I have to fucking discover the shit and embarrass myself in front of all these people? You could save me the fucking trouble and just tell me or show me the fucking book.
Yeah. So, and when she says like he can't speak to take the creed, Grogu opens his mouth and like I think we're all thinking like, oh shit, he's gonna speak, and then he doesn't. Yeah. So this other thing, apparently, if you just say you're gonna adopt somebody, you're just kind of like Madonna. You just fucking show up in an African village and this is my kid now.
Zoinks.
And that's it.
Apparently, if they can't talk, then they can't.
Yeah.
They can't say no.
Yeah.
He doesn't have his no button. No.
Right. Yeah. His IG-12's gone.
No.
So. Yeah, so they basically, she's like, okay, well now you're Den Grogu because Din Djarin adopts him, and now that's his new name, Den Grogu, and that's whatever. I don't really care about that. But then Grogu looks into the fucking waters of Lake Minnetonka, and what does he fucking see? The Mythosaur.
Right.
So my original prediction may end up coming to pass after all.
Yeah. So yeah.
But anyway. We're not done wrapping it. This turns into Return of the King very quickly. That has fucking 14 goddamn endings. Because after this, then they go light the fucking forge. And then after they light the fucking forge, then we go back to Navarro. Right. And fucking Mando's rolling up to Grief Karga. It's like, hey! And brought you a new marshal. And, oh no. Before that, that's when they go to the fucking the X-Wing bar, right? Which I love. Dave Filoni just sitting there right at the fucking bar with his fucking hat on and everything.
Yep, just chilling.
Yeah,
just
that's Dave Filoni was right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, do you think the IG head that they took from the fucking bar, do you think that was IG-88?
No.
You don't think so? You think it was just another random IG unit?
Random.
Okay. I believe that at some point they're going to reveal that was IG-88's head. But again, that's just a theory.
I mean, the amount of fan service that we get out of this show, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
I don't need it to be IG-88,
no,
honestly.
Yeah.
It can be like IG 94.5. 94. That would be perfect, actually.
Yeah, IG 94.
Or IG 37.
37.
I'm 37?
That would actually be better. 37. IG 37 would be better.
Yes, it would be. So, but yes, and through this conversation, fucking Din's like, well, I'm going to be a hired gun for the New Republic. And he's like, what? He's like, yeah, like I'm just going to do it. And it doesn't matter what you say. You know, you're already going to hire me.
Yeah, you know you're going to do it. It's a good deal.
Yeah. So,
and all I ask for is that.
Yeah, I want the IG head.
Because I already know it has the fucking memory chip in it. Because reasons I can see it.
Yeah, why not? And then that's when he rolls back to fucking Navarro.
Oh yeah, just because I want this.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck, it's empty. You know what? Never mind. I need fucking a million credits.
Yeah, credits will do fine.
I should just put this on.
Oh, you should put that on while Miss Lopez is out here. I don't know. That might sound weird though. Anyway, so then he rolls over to Navarro, and then miraculously he somehow figured out how to fucking put the whole IG together between the fucking parts, I guess, that were left over from IG-12 and this new fucking head.
I doubt he did it. He probably had them do it.
The Enzellans?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and he rolls up. He's like, here's your new marshal, because they mentioned in episode 1, Navarro didn't have a fucking marshal.
Right.
So here you go. Here's your new marshal, IG-11.
Here's your new Cara Dune.
And they're calling him IG-11 too.
Back to IG-11. Why? I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, okay, it's fine. hit pause and make him a statue in the middle of the fucking place. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. And
Really don't care.
And then fucking Grief gives Mando a plot of land and his own little fucking trailer out in the middle of the fucking desert. And we get this closing scene where Den's like just fucking like sitting in the lawn chair in front of his fucking trailer home.
Right.
And Grogu's out there playing with frogs.
Yeah, he needed a Bud Light.
Yeah, and I feel like we're about to like hear the Raising Arizona theme or something. And that's it. And the way they close this, now that we can kind of like wrap things up, it felt like this could have been the series finale. Like this could have been the end of The Mandalorian easily after this episode. And it still could be, for all we know. We don't know what the fucking plan is.
So, I have at the end of this, like I said in the beginning, my general feeling is that I was happy, I was entertained.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, yeah.
It was
don't get me wrong. With all the nitpicking we've been doing, we still enjoyed it.
Because we're Star Wars fans, and that's what we do. But generally speaking, I've just taken this view of The Mandalorian of going, whatever they give me, I'm going to just take it for what it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Face value.
And I'm enjoying it that way. And I'm just going to keep doing that.
Yeah.
So I'm not looking into it too deeply.
Yeah.
Because when I do that, where the fuck are the Mandalorians in all of the sequel shit?
It's a good question.
Where are the Mandalorians? Are like, if they have regained prominence, right, and are rebuilding Mandalore or whatever, how do they stay hidden for the rest of this? Like, what are they going to do to fucking close this out? How, like, do they all go into hiding? Does Din's does the Din family Christmas fucking go fuck off to the Outer Rim somewhere? Like,
right.
what is? This is a hanging chad that's going to bother me, because Mandalore is so important to Star Wars.
Oh yeah,
from a story perspective. And now we've got Thrawn in this. We've got, parts of the fucking council that are in, like, we have fucking canon for. But all these extra Mandalorians that are fucking suddenly appearing, and there's males and there's females, and they can make more Mandalorians. Like, they can have little fucking Mandalorian.
Yeah, because we know
children.
Paz Vizsla had his.
Right.
So.
Right. They all got little dicks and then fucking like it's.
Why do they gotta have little dicks?
I don't know.
You don't know? They could be stacked.
Well, maybe it's cold. Mandalore looks kind of cold.
Well, the armor might be cold. That Beskar's probably chilly.
It probably retains a lot of, probably transmits heat, so it's kind of chilly.
Really seals in the flavor.
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. So, but anyway, so my point of that is, like, that for me is, at the end of this, I'm like, what the fuck happened? Where are the goddamn Mandalorians?
Is that fucking heater on?
Yeah.
Is that why I'm so goddamn hot in here?
Yes.
Turn that shit off. Did you turn that on?
No.
Ugh. Anyway.
It's been on literally the whole time.
Jesus Christ. No wonder I'm so fucking hot. Sorry, I was distracted. So yeah, that's the end of the episode. Now, I'm with you. Whereas, the Mandalorian, it's fun, right? It's meant to be taken at face value. You've got the cutesy stuff with Grogu and just very, very just lighthearted. What do you think about Ahsoka? Like, because we're only a few months away from Ahsoka now, and I'm expecting. Again, managing expectations is not the easiest thing to do as a Star Wars fan, but I'm expecting it to be darker, grittier, not nearly as lighthearted as The Mandalorian.
I would agree.
More serious.
I would agree. It's going to be more serious, more.
We're not talking like
more geared like an Andor type,
right? But
thing.
maybe not quite Andor level either. Maybe kind of halfway between Mando and Andor.
Yeah, whatever that looks like, because
Yeah.
you're still dealing with, these characters. We know in the future that they're going to try and tie this all together, right?
Yes.
And this is and I'm more concerned now than I was 2 episodes ago or 2 chapters ago.
Yeah.
That they're going to fuck up trying to combine all these things. Because at some point
is it because everything just got wrapped up in a nice little bow at the end of this?
No, it's because I can't, like, I have a lot of trouble visualizing the trajectory of how they're going to meet and where these people are going to go. Yeah. Like, where are all these fucking Mandalorians?
I would imagine they're all on Mandalore.
But if that's the case, if they are on Mandalore and Mandalore's like being rebuilt and shit like that, why have we not heard anything about them? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, my theory would be something to the effect of they just basically spent the whole sequel trilogy trying to keep the First Order off of Mandalore, and that was it. Just defending Mandalore from the fucking First Order. That's pretty much it.
I don't see with their current cast with Bo-Katan and all these people that had worked with the clone, like kind of with the Republic and everything else. Like, I can see it. They don't want to be involved in the Empire, but they also at the same time, like, they had been working with like Leia when Leia was fucking Chancellor, right? Or Mon Mothma. Like, there's open lines of communication there that you would have been exercised. Like,
you mean once the First Order showed up,
right?
Okay.
I just, because there's nothing there, that kind of bothers me. And what I don't want to have happen is like an Obi-Wan type scenario where we're meant to, like, well, we're telling this story and we're not really messing up the canon, because you have to, like, if you think about it from a certain point of view, right, is what I'm concerned with.
Sure.
Like, we're gonna wrap this up, and if from a certain point of view, like, it'll be fine. Mm-hmm. And I don't want that, right? And then it's like the comment was made, what's his nuts, that Boba Fett was originally supposed to be the last Mandalorian. I don't think that's true at all.
No,
I think I bringing Boba Fett back at all, I think was a huge mistake.
Yeah, you really kind of tainted his character.
The way that they did it, I don't agree with.
Yeah.
I
think most people are in that same boat.
I've rewatched it. I've rewatched it, and because I want to give it a chance.
Sure.
I want this character to breathe.
Yep.
Right. And unfortunately, it's gotten worse each time I've watched it. And it's a shame, right? Because there's some good, like, visual elements, and there's some parts of it that I really liked, but from a story perspective, I just like, no, this is not doing it for me.
Yeah. And
the idea that Tafaro, why am I forgetting his name?
Favreau?
No, the fucking New Zealand guy. Tamora Morrison.
Oh, Tamora Morrison.
Yes. Tamora Morrison. So the Morrison guy, he's saying that, like, oh, this other fucking Mandalorian came in and fucked up my show and my character. Yeah. No, that's wrong.
Yeah.
That's the wrong perspective.
Yeah, because the only reason they brought your ass back is because of this Mandalorian.
Yeah. Boba Fett was the only Mandalorian that we saw in the OG, right? In the original trilogy. And I get that. There's value to that. But, and how they fucking killed him off, or how George killed him off, is what it is.
Yeah.
You can bring him back to life. That's fine. I don't have a problem with any of that. But the idea that this is supposed to be about Boba Fett is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Not when you have all the stuff in the Clone Wars and this legend of the fucking Mandalorians that Boba Fett was never fucking involved in.
Mm-hmm.
Just tacitly that we get a glimpse of in a chapter in the Book of Boba Fett. So
yeah. No, I agree. And I don't know how we got off on that tangent, but
because Boba Fett was brought up in somebody had said
yeah. Overall, like, I didn't dislike this season of Mandalorian. I know a lot of people on fucking YouTube, like, all these fucking Star Wars haters are just like burying this, like, oh, this is all awful. And I took the bait because I wanted to hear the other side. Right.
You poor man.
And I watched this one of these fucking just like anti-Disney, anti-Lucasfilm YouTubers, his review of these last two episodes, and he picked apart everything, not in a fun way like we're doing, but in like, see how fucking stupid this is that they did this and they did that, and
right.
And it's just like, I can't listen to this shit. The constant negativity is so fucking played out at this point.
Yeah, I would agree with you that, and I talked about this last week. Just it's not entertaining.
Yeah.
It's not for me. I've truly found that if I'm just taking it for what it is. If I'm being entertained, like if I'm watching it and I'm being entertained, then I'm fuck. All right, fuck.
Yeah.
And I'm being entertained. But that's with this show.
Yeah.
This show is a fucking Western about the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
That has had now given us elements to fucking think about things in canon.
Yep. Well, I mean, no idea when we're going to hear anything about a season 4, because I think if there is going to be a season 4, we're like a year and a half, 2 years away from it at this point. With everything else they've got on the docket, we might see something by 2025. Plus, Pedro Pascal is pretty fucking busy these days. He does The Last of Us show, and I'm sure he's going to get all kinds of fucking movie roles, offers, and everything else. Now, another thing that I've been seeing before we close this up, a lot of people are saying like, oh, this isn't about Din Djarin anymore. Now the next season of The Mandalorian is going to be about Bo-Katan and the armor and how they're rebuilding Mandalore. No, I guarantee you we'll never see another season of this show before that becomes the next season. Because at the heart of it, despite all these characters that they brought in, it's still about fucking Din Djarin and Grogu.
Yeah.
They are the ones that started this fucking show. They are what the show is all about. It's never, the Mandalorian is never going to switch main characters and be about fucking Bo-Katan or the armor or whoever the fuck else. Never going to happen.
If they really wanted to follow those characters, they're going to start a different show.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just what they'll do.
Yeah, but the Mandalorian will always be Mando.
Yeah, I agree. I agree 100% with that.
So don't buy into that when you read
honestly,
that online.
I'm not 100% sure that they'll even make another like a season. If their intent is to wrap this up in some sort of movie,
Better wrap that shit up, B.
wrap it up, B.
Yeah, no, and that's what I'm saying. I'm saying that like they ended this in a way that if they decide, yeah, we're just going to do the fucking movie next, that would make sense. Like the Mando story is pretty much wrapped up, and now it's just a matter of raising Grogu, which we don't have to see every step of that, but.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of if they do end it that way, it's kind of a ho hum kind of like but let's face it, as Star Wars fans, it leaves so many questions unanswered.
Oh,
right,
course.
it's just like, well, where did they go? What, like, so they're just chilling there, like for as the rest of the shit is happening.
I mean,
like,
they were always kind of neutral.
Grogu is just fucking using the Force to catch fucking frogs, and they're just. Where's the side fucking projects he's doing for the rebellion? Like what?
I don't know.
I think there'll be some involvement with him hunting down Thrawn.
Oh, well, that's a good point. Yeah, they could bring him into Ahsoka very easily.
Yeah, it could be, and I say that because he's fucking
Bo-Katan.
Yeah, also yes, but he's got this thing. If he's a fucking runner for the Republic at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he's doing side gigs for them.
Yep,
off the books,
of course, under the table.
So he's fucking like, hey, this guy that we keep hearing about, I'm going to track him down, see if the rumors are true.
Right.
Then it makes sense that in Ahsoka, you're going to run into, if you know we're going to see Thrawn, we'll run into fucking Mandalorians seeing Thrawn also.
That's a distinct possibility.
Yeah, you heard it here first.
I like that. I never thought about that, but I would be all for it. All right, well, we're getting towards the end here, so I think we just have one other major thing to do, and that would be Miss Lopez. Hey, there she. Oh, she's got to get her microphone ready. Does it have to be okay? All right. Hello. I like your necklace.
Oh, thanks. So there's a lot of shit talking going on.
Oh yeah, with the escape pod.
Yeah, with those idiots.
Yeah, they've got some beef with you.
Yeah. I don't know what they're talking a lot of shit.
Yep.
So yeah, I gotta be honest with you. I'm not really paying attention to it.
Yeah, it's like a child throwing a tantrum. You just have to ignore it.
Yeah, like this Band-Aid on my lip.
Oh, I was kind of wondering about that. Did
Yeah.
Ben hit you?
No, it's just herpes.
Fair enough.
Ben sleeps around, so he gave me some shit.
Yeah,
Fucker.
I know. It
Fucking
happens.
fat Batman with the herpes.
Yep. Well, you're the one who married him.
With the fucking herpes. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I like his head. I like his fat body.
Oh, okay.
Dad bod.
What? Hey, I hear women love that.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm eating a lot more these days.
Yeah. that's why.
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
that's why. Have an ice cream sandwich.
Oh, that does sound good right
That
now.
does sound good. Oh yeah, that does sound good. I haven't had an ice cream sandwich in forever.
Yeah, me either. You know what I used to like as a kid more than ice cream sandwiches were drumsticks. Those were always my favorite. Are you okay?
I'm having hair issues.
Clearly.
Not looking at myself. I'm looking at it from the side and it just doesn't look right. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah.
God, my eyes, if I lean forward. Look at my eyes when I lean forward.
They're like bulging down.
Oh, yep.
Yep.
Well, I always said you did kind of look like one of those aliens when you got the hair.
Yep.
That should be Grogu's thing.
Okay, but we can't do that the whole episode.
No.
No, we can't.
By the way, we have breaking news. Our friends over at the Used and Abused podcast sent me a link to an article from Esquire. The Mandalorian season 4 already has a script.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah, so
So it'll come out sometime.
someday.
Anyway,
you got some.
My prince will come, not in my face, just on my pillow. So in Red 5 news with that, the Used and Abused canceled their stream for tonight.
Was it because of us?
I hope not.
Yeah,
If it was, thank you. Oh, I was gonna say, so about the escape pod guys, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
Like they can talk other shit. I like I'm gonna be the better hand, and just ignore it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, the hand with the googly eyes.
Mm-hmm.
is just gonna ignore your shit.
All right.
So keep talking.
Okay. Anyway, Red 5 News?
I know people.
Oh.
I know people with knives. Anyway, Used and Abused canceled their stream. Sad face. So catch Scott, Kim, and Nicole next Tuesday at 20:00 8 p.m. on the YouTubes. God, fucking shoulder. God. The Red 5 Network has 29 active podcasts and 6 archive pods for a total of 35
I'm 37?
podcasts. Plus 2.
Yes.
Check out the Biodynamic. We're not there yet.
I know, I'm getting ready.
Check. Yeah, I'll bet you are. Got it right there in your lap, don't you? Is that familiar? Check out bio.link/red5 to browse the lineup. That's bio.link/red5. Cinco. I meant to put a monitor up. I was going to use split screen, put a monitor, so I could not have to, next time.
Yeah.
There's something for everyone on the Red 5 Network. It's Tuesday. It's a Tuesday show, people.
Yep.
Fucking Tuesday. Cantina Family Happenings. You ready? I already...
I'm listening. Are you okay over there?
No, it's a Tuesday show. I'm fucked up. Tomorrow, ATSW The Escape Pod will be discussing our topic. The Mandalorian Season 3.
Yep.
And
Still on our topic again.
They started a smear campaign against our beloved Hennifer. That's
What?
me. And Dragon Buddy is the real spy. Since Dave and Jason in no way used Lunar Girl girl to sneak information.
It's all becoming clear.
DB is reading LG's podcast planner since we pick our topics way before they do.
Yep.
Check out the copycats Don, Brady, and Dragon Buddy. This is good. On YouTube at 19:05, 7:05 p.m. Eastern, where they might discuss the Mandalorian for like 10 minutes or so. That's a great read. You did everything for me, so I don't need to do anything. I'm not even closing my mouth all the way tonight. It's like the herpes is making it's causing me to not keep my hand closed all the way.
Yeah.
You know what really happened?
What?
This is so stupid. I fucking, you know a cheese grater?
Oh, I'm familiar.
Yeah. Well, cheese grater 1, thumb 0.
Yeah, I've got a good one. When I was, I don't know, like 10, my little brother took a cheese grater and fucking whacked me right in the head with it.
Oh, shit.
I had cheese grater marks on my forehead for years.
Fuck, that's the worst. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's not good.
He was like a toddler at the time. He didn't know what the fuck he was doing.
Oh my
Or
God.
I would like to
Well,
think.
how did he get hold of a fucking cheese grater?
I don't know.
Jesus
We were
Christ.
we were sitting in the living room too. I'm just sitting there watching TV. I happened to look over and bam, cheese grater right to the fucking forehead. And I had cheese grate marks in my forehead for
God.
years.
Can you imagine today, in like today's society, going to school and be like, how'd you get the cheese grater mark? Well, my little brother got a cheese grater and threw it at me.
Yeah.
Well, how did he get it? Well, it was in the living room.
Yeah.
Why was there a cheese grater in the living room? I don't know.
You'd have to ask my mom at that point.
Wow. That's some partying going on there.
Yeah.
That fucking...
So. Oh, hey, Dave.
No. So I'll just do it this way. So I don't know what's happening.
None of us do.
Anyway, it's a Tuesday show, folks. So the dog at the house, Holly, when we're not home, she steals knives out of the sink.
What?
Yes. So when you come home and there on the living room floor is a giant fucking steak knife, or even like giant, like the big knives, like you cut vegetables and shit with.
Right.
Right in the middle of the living room floor. It's the craziest shit. I don't know how she doesn't cut herself.
Right.
Oh God, knock on wood. Yeah. Thank you. Not gonna do it. One with my head. I already got it. I got one bandage.
Yeah, you don't need another one on your face.
All right. Where was I?
I have no idea.
Oh, let's talk about the escape pod. Yeah, watch the escape pod on Wednesday. The Orange and Fett Show released episode 74, Superman, on Friday. I imagine that's the OG Superman.
Yeah, I would think, yeah.
Yeah, that's great. That's
It's a classic.
John Williams.
Yep.
John Williams is one of his best.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. So good. The fucking the fucking main theme.
Yeah.
Oh. The lead into that. Oh my fucking God.
Yep.
I get the giant erection.
Is there something you need to tell us?
Jason.
You
can find their podcast on Spotify. Sweet Studios has released a tribute to Foo Fighters drummer Taylor Hawkins last week. Did you see it?
No.
Oh, you need to do it. Sweet Studios.
I will do it.
Do it. Yeah. Give them Sweet Studios.
In fact, I'm gonna go.
All My Life is live now, and they freaking nailed it. Yeah, Sweet did all the things. Check it out, along with past releases of the quarantine sessions at Sweet Studios on YouTube, and give him a follow on the socials for updates. Yeah, it's really good.
How am I not Oh, this is with the Cantina. How is the Cantina not subscribed to Sweet
Fucking
Studios?
take care of that, will you? Jesus.
It's done.
Oh my God.
All right.
What fucking job?
I'm working on it.
Do you know it's been weeks since I yelled at you?
Has it been?
Yeah.
Oh, that.
I haven't been abusing you.
Well, but you were here.
Not as much as I usually do anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
Not deliberately. I just forgot.
You know, he's going to have to change the name of the quarantine sessions.
Why?
We're not quarantined anymore.
Ah,
COVID's over.
well, he started the projects in quarantine, though.
Yeah. Well, now you should call them like the freedom sessions or something.
Freedom, freedom. I'm gonna lose an eye. Like, did you see it? It's like,
Yeah, it's hanging on.
Like, my eyes are crazy tonight.
Maybe we should get these reads done then.
Yeah.
Before there's an accident.
Before something bad happens.
Yeah.
I've actually watched live of somebody get their eye poked out.
Yeah.
No, legitimately. I was watching. It was on basketball. I was watching. It was Randy Foy. Google.
I think we've talked about that on the show before.
Yes.
Yeah.
Google Randy Foy.
I will not do that.
Randy Foy eye on the YouTubes, and yeah, fucking I saw it because it was Villanova. He was playing for Villanova, and it fucking boop. If I could somehow pop my own eye out, I would do it right now.
Please don't.
Let me see. Can
Oh
I
my
get
God.
Can I get my lip up there? Oh no, that's not good.
Please don't.
Oh my God. Is that better? No. My eyes are crazy tonight. Anyway, let's not do that. My eyes all fucked up.
Just to finish the reads for the
Oh
love
my
of God.
I'm having it. I may be having a stroke.
I think you're having a worse problem than that right now.
Jesus Christ. Fucking Sweet Studios. Yeah, it's sweet. You're getting the longest read ever. Fucking Sweet Studios. Foo Fighters. It's good. Do it. Layman's Terms did not release any new eps this week. Give them a follow on the socials and sub on YouTube for your primary source of ignorance and drunken banter. You can find us at the Sidebar Cantina. No, read, dummy. Bio.link/the Sidebar Cantina, where you will find links to Patreon, YouTube, our audio podcast on Apple, Audible, and Spotify. Jesus. And quiet over there.
Sorry.
And all social media platforms, including Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Discord, and TikTok. You can also find all of our Spotify mixtape playlists. It's right in the middle of my fucking prescription. There you go. That's better. Which Sidebar family member Ubaldo is always listening to and podcast and posting on Twitter? You see, it's right in the middle of my prescription, right there. Fuck, God damn it. Be like Ubaldo and rock out with your Hennifer. Don't say that. The Escape Pod Bros will use it to frame you. Shit. I should have read that first with my fucking eye popping out.
Oh my God.
It really is.
I'm noticing.
It's the last of the tape.
Yeah.
So it's not very sticky.
Yeah, we need to refresh that.
Yeah, I need new tape.
Yes. Just for the love of God, finish the goddamn reads.
It's just gonna fall off live.
Well, if it happens, it happens.
Yeah. Also, in our BioLica's T-Book merch shop, we have our F fuck cancer,
That's
and
right.
Jason Rose designs. The super sexy Twi'lek, Sidebar Chick, our beloved Hennifer, that's me. Our classic Sidebar Cantina logo, and two throwback designs from a Gen X point of view. There are t-shirts, hoodies, tote bags, phone cases, exclusive stickers and pins, wallet, magnets, notebooks, laptop cases, pillows! Look at it. Look at how sexy it is. Oh my God, he's fucking it! He's fucking it right in front of us! Look at how natural that was, see? Listen to the motion of his hips. He's a well-practiced pillow fucker. He has all the right moves. You too can be a Jason pillow fucker. If you go to TeePublic and buy the pillow. Just anything you can imagine. Make sure you tag us in the socials and show off that fine, sweet-ass merch. Thankfully, I don't think we have any, nobody posting any Jason fuck pillows.
No.
But if you buy one, we'd like to see it.
Not-
Reviews!
No new reviews.
Fuck.
And no, we don't want to see pictures of people fucking pillows.
No. Rule 34. Jason fuck pillows.
Oh my God, you could probably... Oh, I don't even want to plant that seed into anybody's brain.
OMG.
You know, there's all this all this AI,
Listen, people,
AI generated porn out there now.
go to TeePublic and screenshot the image of Jason Rose. Then AI some some sort of porn and do Rule 34 Jason Rose. Yeah, do that. Jason Rose pillow. Jason Rose pillow. Rule 34 Jason Rose pillow. Oh, that'd be fucking great.
There is some sort of category called Jason Rose under Rule 34.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Whoa, ow.
Sorry. That's what happened there. That really took me by surprise. The fucking internet's wild.
Dude,
Oh
you
my
have no
God.
fucking idea.
The fact that we got the fucking Bo-Katan pegging fucking Din Djarin
Yeah.
in minutes.
Seconds.
It's shit. Seconds. From the thing that I thought I just thought up, and then poof, it's fucking there. Yeah.
Oh, there's all kinds of Bo-Katan stuff on here.
Oh, I bet there is.
Yeah.
Probably some red hair bullshit.
Most of them have her helmet on, honestly.
Anyway,
But that's all that she has
What
on.
was I talking about? Oh yeah, it's the 5-star reviews. Write 5-star reviews so I can talk about that and not fucking Bo-Katan pegging Din Djarin. Lunagirl wants to throw swag at you. Don't have an Apple nor Audible account? Our Facebook page at Review Feature Tool. You know, I say that every week, but our Facebook group is private.
Yes.
Do we have a Facebook page?
Yes.
Okay.
It should be in our bio link, I would imagine.
It's an actual page, though?
Yeah. We have both.
Is that a dog barking?
Yes. We have dogs in the neighborhood.
It sounds like it's right there, though.
I don't know. It's not our dog, I can tell you that much.
Yeah, that's a big bark for Indy.
Yeah.
That would be pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely not.
Indy's my size.
Yes, he is.
Well, fuck. God damn it. Get back on track. Just screenshot your review before it's done. You hit done in DMS. You know what? You could do like a review on a bar napkin. Take a picture of it, post it on Instagram. That would be fucking awesome. I'd like that. Give us your thoughts on yourself. I'll read it. Or Jason will read it. Or Hank will read it. Or Edith. Or Mama. Whoever you want. Make up somebody new. Give Dave a chance to exercise some other shit. And we'll do it word for word. Just do it. All right, I gotta get out of here before my eye falls off.
All right, well, I'm appreciative that you stuck it out, and
Yeah.
I guess we'll...
Hey,
Well,
one last throw for the escape pod guys. If you're gonna do a screenshot, like get a better angle of me. Like today might not be the best day because I got the herpes thing, but maybe I'll use that. Let me get framed up here. Just like, there you go. See,
Now-
I'm gonna give you the appropriate like picture if you're gonna screen grab me. Get my good side. Like, hang on. Oh,
now, before you leave, Miss Lopez, don't go yet.
what?
Don't forget, you're meeting a friend of ours on Saturday who has no idea that you exist.
This is going to end badly. I'm telling you, it's going to end badly.
Probably. But God, it's going to be hilarious.
Oh my God. Yep. Stay tuned, folks. It's going to
Yes.
be a shit show.
All right. Well, thank you, Miss Lopez. We'll see you on Saturday. Yes, as a reminder, next week's episode is actually this coming Saturday, 4 days from now. Probably around 5-ish. Stay tuned to the socials for a hard time. We'll try to get that hammered out by tomorrow.
Yes, please. Yeah, or tonight.
Or tonight. But
Mr. Lightyear wants more tape.
all right, well, that's it, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. It was an experience, as always. And next week, we're talking about a couple things. We're talking about our experience watching Jedi in theaters, as well as my upcoming trip to Galaxy's Edge and Galactic Star Cruiser, along with our guest who's going with me.
Yes. And I feel like there's going to be some trivia.
Ah, yes.
I think we discussed doing some trivia. We haven't done trivia in a while.
Yeah.
So I think with our guest, who is considers himself a Star Wars nerd,
Yes.
I think we should quiz that
All right.
and test his knowledge.
We will do it. All right.
And then we'll introduce him to the craziness that is the end of the show.
Oh yeah, yeah. And it's been a while since he's been on, so
It has been a while.
It's gonna be interesting.
He was on like double-digit episodes.
Like single-digit episodes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. We'll see you next Saturday. This Saturday.
Yes.
And I guess that's it. Look at that. 8 o'clock on the nose.
Bing,
Bam.
bong.
All right. Well, nothing else left to be said, but Dave and everybody else, may the force be with you.
May the force be with you.
That was weak.
Positive vibes for Chad Vickers. Now, what do I click?
Kristen tried to bribe me to get us to mukbang after the show today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
God damn it.
But you're on a diet. But she bought a bunch of cookies.
Damn it.
I'm like, no.
Don't say this shit on the air. God.
But you're on a diet, so we need to look out for you, Dave.
I appreciate it. I do. It's helping. So,
right.
anyway, bye, everyone.
We love you.
Close
the
it up.
best.